I picked up the class beauty, our class president, on my way home late at night, but she ended up crashing at my place and refused to leave. She even wanted to sleep in the same bed as me. During the day at school, she pretends we're not close, but at night she eats my food, drinks my drinks, and uses my things. She even touches my abs while I'm fast asleep. Jiangcheng number 1 high school. Today is the last time I'll confess. Tian Xinli. I Li. Alright, I get it. Trying to confess again? It's the same thing every day. Aren't you annoying? I looked at the back of the girl in front of me, silent, not saying a word, with a blank expression, but a hint of indifference flickered in her eyes. That girl's name is Tian Xinli. She was my classmate in middle school, and we're still classmates now in high school, and I started pursuing her when we got to high school. It's already our senior year now, and I've confessed almost every single day, and I've been rejected every single day. I've become the laughingstock of the entire class. Even though I don't care, I don't want to keep this up anymore. So this time was also the last confession I had decided to make. As it turned out, I hadn't even gotten the words out before I was rejected once again, crushing my last bit of hope. I let out a sigh, then turned around and walked into the classroom, returning to my seat and sitting down. Everyone else was already used to this situation. They weren't even interested in gossiping about it. After evening classes ended, I went to the net cafe and played until midnight. The moment I stepped out of the net cafe, I froze at the entrance. When did it start raining outside? I stood under the eaves in front of the net cafe watching the drizzle outside. Shallow puddles had already formed on the ground. It seemed like it had been raining for a while. Luckily, I brought an umbrella. I walked along the dark street. Even though the streetlights were on, because of the rain, my vision was still a bit blurry. I was thinking about how Tian Xinli rejected me today. Until this morning, when I made up my mind, I still held on to a little bit of hope. Back in middle school, our relationship was pretty good, even though my personality wasn't very outgoing. She never disliked me and often hung out with me. At that age, when you're just discovering love, I already liked Tian Xinli. When we just started high school and found out we were still classmates, it really felt like fate, so I started pursuing her. I originally thought the success rate would be very high, but reality hit me hard. Her impatient expression and tone of voice today. I guess I'll remember it for the rest of my life. Forget it, anyone would find it annoying. I won't bother her anymore. Huh? Suddenly I stopped walking, my eyes fixed on the spot under a streetlight. There was a step there, but right now, someone was sitting on it. It was a girl with no umbrella and no raincoat, just sitting there in the rain. She was wearing a school uniform, which was now soaked through. Her long hair hung down, dripping wet, but she didn't seem to care at all, quietly sitting there staring at the ground. She looked miserable. I wasn't planning on paying any attention. After all, it was the middle of the night, and encountering a situation like this on the street. It was brave of me not to just turn and run, but as I stood there watching for a moment, I felt like this girl looked a little familiar. The girl seemed to sense someone in front of her and looked up, pushing aside her wet hair to reveal her face. She had a pair of beautiful peach blossom eyes, gently curved willow leaf eyebrows, a tall straight nose, and pink cherry-like lips, like a girl who had stepped right out of a comic book. It's just that her complexion wasn't very good right now. It was a bit pale, and she looked haggard. Her eyes were also filled with sorrow, and you couldn't tell if her face was wet from tears or rain. After seeing the girl's face, I couldn't help but be stunned. My mouth fell open, and I blinked blankly. The girl's eyes also widened, her gaze full of astonishment. The two of us stared at each other for a few seconds before I snapped out of it and asked, "Lin Mengyue, what are you doing here?" The girl named Lin Mengyue lowered her head and replied in a slightly hoarse voice, "It's none of your business." I nodded and walked straight away. If she said it was none of my business, then staying here would just be meddling, wouldn't it? I had walked more than 10 steps when I suddenly heard soft sobbing from behind me. I abruptly stopped walking, standing frozen in place for over 10 seconds, listening to the crying from behind, not knowing what to think. Lin Mengyue kept her head down, sobbing, completely ignoring the cold raindrops falling on her, even though she was already shivering from the cold. The rain grew heavier. Just then, Lin Mengyue suddenly felt as if the raindrops above her head had been blocked. She looked up and found me standing there, the umbrella in my hand shielding her from the rain. I looked at Lin Mengyue expressionlessly, clearly seeing her heartbroken appearance. On her fair face, her eyes were red and swollen, and her eye sockets were brimming with tears. Lin Mengyue raised a hand to wipe away the rain and tears on her face and stammered in a tearful voice, "What are you doing? Are you meddling? I already told you it's none of your business." Lin Mengyue said as she cried, her tears endlessly wiping away, occasionally letting out a sob. Seeing my class president crying here in the middle of the night, how could it be none of my business? I took a small packet of tissues from my bag and gave it to Lin Mengyue. Lin Mengyue hesitated for a moment before taking the tissues and wiping the tears from her face. The rims of her eyes and her nose were both red, and her eyes were noticeably swollen. It looked like she had been crying for a long time, maybe even for several days. Thank you." I saw her body shivering, trembling non-stop. I was dry and I still felt cold, let alone Lin Mengyue right now, completely soaked. "My place is right nearby. Go over and warm up for a bit." After I spoke, I reached out my hand and pulled Lin Mengyue up from the step. Lin Mengyue was startled. "What are you trying to do?" Leave me alone, I'm not going. She struggled a little, but my strength surprised her. She couldn't even budge my fingers. It wasn't until I had pulled her a few meters that she was still completely unable to resist. Fine, anyone who saw this would be concerned. Otherwise, I don't like meddling in other people's business either, I said without turning my head. Lin Mengyue couldn't be bothered to struggle anymore. She had no strength left, because she realized she truly had no way of escaping my grip. A moment later, I pulled Lin Mengyue into a building, but as soon as we entered the hallway, a cold gust of wind hit us, and Lin Mengyue's body shivered violently. Now, even if you told her to go outside, she wouldn't want to, because she knew it would definitely be colder outside. I only let go of her hand when we got into the elevator. Lin Mengyue stood behind me, her head bowed, her hands awkwardly placed in front of her. When the elevator reached the 8th floor, I stepped out and said to Lin Mengyue behind me, "Let's go." Lin Mengyue didn't know what had gotten into her, but as if possessed, she responded with a sound and followed me. I opened the door and stepped inside. Lin Mengyue stood motionless at the door, looking a bit flustered. I turned my head to look, reluctantly reached out and pulled Lin Mengyue straight inside, then closed the door. Bam! As the door slammed shut, Lin Mengyue felt her heartbeat faster, and a flicker of fear even rose in her heart. I went in and got a pair of slippers, tossed them in front of Lin Mengyue, and went into the bedroom. I don't know what for. Lin Mengyue stood at the door, not knowing what to do. Should she go in or turn around and leave? After thinking for a long time, Lin Mengyue took off her shoes, put on the slippers, and walked into the living room. When she entered, she had noticed on the shoe rack that there seemed to be only my shoes. After stepping inside, she also realized this was a house where only one person lived. In other words, I live alone. Then, the first thing that caught her eye in the living room was a lot of gym equipment. Dumbbells, barbells, a treadmill, a stationary bike, it had everything. Now she finally knew why I was so strong. She saw that I looked very thin in clothes. In my uniform, you couldn't tell at all, so she never expected me to be so strong. Lin Mengyue was all wet, so she didn't dare sit on the sofa, she only dared to stand where she was. A moment later, I came out, holding a set of clothes and a towel, and also a hairdryer. Hey, dry yourself off first, and dry your hair too, then change into these clothes. I don't have any new clothes, but I've only worn this set once. You can wear it for now. You can go into the bedroom to change. I handed those things to her and went straight to the kitchen. Lin Mengyue held those things in her hands, feeling even more awkward. In her heart, she was clearly resisting, telling herself to put these things down and leave quickly. But my words were like an irresistible command. After hearing them, she subconsciously wanted to obey. After a moment of hesitation, she decided to listen to me. After all, she was too cold. Her soaking wet clothes were stuck to her body, so cold it was hard to bear. She gave herself a quick wipe with the towel, then used the hairdryer to dry her hair. That long, soaked hair took a full half an hour to dry. Afterwards, she saw I was still in the kitchen, so she took the towel and clothes and went into the only bedroom inside. She didn't dare turn on the light, nor did she know where the switch was, so she closed the door and fumbled in the dark to change. After she finished changing, Lin Mengyue opened the door and came out, just in time to see me coming out of the kitchen. I came out of the kitchen carrying a bowl of hot food and placed it on the small table. Only then did Lin Mengyue see that it was a bowl of noodles. Eat. I didn't explain anything, just looked at her and said it plainly. Before Lin Mengyue could say anything, I brought over a cup of hot water and put it on the table. Here's some hot water. And this is fever medicine. If you still feel cold or your head feels hot, take this. This is cold medicine. If your throat feels uncomfortable or you're sneezing, take this one. After doing all this, I moved off to the side. Lin Mengyue sat at that small table, looking at the things on it, her feelings a bit complicated. Her hands hesitated, not moving to pick anything up. Her first instinct was definitely to refuse. She and I weren't that close. Even as classmates, we were the type who wouldn't say a word to each other all year. Yet now, I'm at his house, wearing his clothes, and am supposed to casually eat the food he cooked. How could I? But her body wanted her to accept. After all, the feeling of hunger had taken over her brain, constantly sending signals to her body. She glanced to the side. I was now sitting at another table holding a pen, looking like I was doing homework. Seemingly sensing Lin Mengyue's gaze, I stopped writing and said softly, "You're not usually this shy, are you? Go on and eat. After you're done, I'll lend you an umbrella and you can go." Hearing me say that, Lin Mengyue no longer had a reason to refuse. She carefully picked up the chopsticks. 10 minutes later, Lin Mengyue had eaten everything cleanly, then drank all the hot water, but didn't take the medicine, because she felt it probably wasn't anything serious. She walked over to my side and said in a small voice, Thank you." I looked up and saw that Lin Mengyue was holding a 100 yuan bill. "What do you mean by giving me money? I don't want to owe you anything." I looked into Lin Mengyue's eyes and saw her serious gaze. She didn't look like she was joking. I didn't take it, instead turning my head to look at the test paper in front of me. "If you don't want to owe me, then don't give me money. Aren't you really good at school? I don't know how to do this essay question. Just teach me and we'll be even." I tapped the essay question on the test paper with my pen. Lin Mengyue then reached out her hand and started showing me how to do the problem. After explaining the problem, Lin Mengyue prepared to leave. Although her uniform had been drying under the air conditioner for a while, it was still quite damp. She had no other choice. "These clothes and this umbrella, I'll return them to you when I go to school," Lin Mengyue said softly, standing at the door. Hearing her say that, I just remembered that Lin Mengyue had been absent from school for many days. She's Tian Xinli's best friend. Because she's been absent lately, Tian Xinli hasn't been in a good mood either. So when I confessed, I could feel that Tian Xinli was very annoyed. Just then, I realized something was wrong and frowned, asking, "If I may ask, if you leave now, do you have anywhere to go? I'm someone who especially dislikes meddling in other people's affairs." So why Lin Mengyue was there, and why she was crying, I didn't ask at all. But I don't know why. I felt the urge to ask such a question now. I just felt that if Lin Mengyue left this time, she would probably still be out on the streets. Sure enough, when I asked that, Lin Mengyue was momentarily speechless, lowering her head without a word. I tapped my pen on the table and said flatly, "If you have nowhere to go, then you can't leave. Do you have your phone?" I took out my phone, opened the dialer, and asked, "What are your parents' phone numbers? I will call them to come pick you up." I didn't hear Lin Mengyue's voice, so I looked up. As a result, I saw Lin Mengyue standing there, motionless, with crystal-like tears welling up in her eyes. I quietly put my phone down, realizing something was wrong. This reaction. Could it be that something has happened to her family? It seems I have no choice but to get involved in this. Many words of comfort and inquiry came to mind, but because I'm truly not good with words, I ended up just saying, "What happened?" Lin Mengyue sobbed for a long time before slowly telling me the situation. Her parents were driving over a week ago when they got into a car accident and unfortunately passed away. Now she's practically an orphan, and no relatives want to take care of her. Her grandparents have also passed away. I was almost frowning by the time I finished listening. Now I finally understood why Lin Mengyue was sitting there crying all by herself. For such a tragic thing to be, shouldered by her alone, it's really too much for her. So you don't have a home to go back to? Hearing this question from me, Lin Mengyue looked as if she had heard something incredibly sorrowful, and the grief on her face deepened. Although I'm not good with words, seeing Lin Mengyue's expression, I knew I had probably asked the wrong question. It makes sense when I think about it. If she had a home to go back to, she wouldn't have been sitting out in the rain. There's probably some unspeakable hardship involved. Lin Mengyue is our class president. Not only does she excel academically, but her social skills are also the best. She has an open and cheerful personality, is especially optimistic, and is undoubtedly the central figure of the class, a good friend to her classmates, the pride of the teachers. Yet now, such a person is crying her eyes out in my home. Thinking of this, I stood up and walked over, taking the bag from Lin Mengyue's hands. Amidst Lin Mengyue's blank expression, I put the bag down in the living room and said, "Just stay here. Wait until you have a place to go before you leave." When Lin Mengyue heard me say that, she snapped back to her senses and hurried over, saying, No. I'm leaving right now." Before she could finish speaking, I suddenly looked up at her. That gaze wasn't fierce or scary, but it gave her a feeling that she couldn't refute it, so she subconsciously shut her mouth. I looked at Lin Mengyue and said in a low voice, "Either you stay here, or I'll call the police. Let the police take care of you. You choose." Lin Mengyue whimpered a few times, blinking her teary eyes, and looked at me with a somewhat reproachful gaze. "Is this how you talk to Li Zi too?" My mouth opened, my gaze froze, and for a long while I couldn't utter a single word. Her expression seemed to be telling me, "No wonder your confessions fail." I know I'm not good with words. Low EQ is my biggest weakness. It's like that with guys, let alone with girls. I silently lowered my head, speechless. Right now, I was like a lost puppy, completely lacking the imposing manner from before. I looked up and saw Lin Mengyue covering her mouth and laughing. The corners of her eyes were curved, even though tears still clung to them. I clicked my tongue in embarrassment and opened my mouth to say, "Just stay here. Consider it me begging you, okay?" This was the most sincere thing I could possibly say. I tried to put on a friendly expression, but no matter what I did, it felt wrong, and I almost got a cramp in my face. Seeing this, Lin Mengyue once again burst out laughing. Now you couldn't tell if those tears were from crying or from laughing. I thought it was Lin Mengyue's heartless laughter, so I turned my head away, my face full of grievance. Lin Mengyue also knew she had laughed a bit too much. Her laughter gradually subsided and then stopped. She opened her mouth and said, "Okay, I agree. Thank you. But why are you helping me?" "There's no reason. If I had to say, it's because I don't want my reputation in class to get any worse." "Huh?" Lin Mengyue blinked in surprise and said, "But I've never heard that you have a bad reputation in class. The only news about you is about you confessing to Li Zi. Then that would be a bad rumor for me. You say that because you're afraid Li Zi will be unhappy? It's up to her. It has nothing to do with me anymore." I shrugged, looking like I didn't care at all. There wasn't even a flicker of emotion on my face. Lin Mengyue was a little surprised and asked tentatively, "You don't like her anymore?" I shook my head and said, "Something that isn't reciprocated doesn't need to be pursued any longer. I see." After deciding to stay, Lin Mengyue hung up her wet clothes to dry. She sat on the sofa, not knowing what to do. She looked around for a long time. She couldn't believe she had actually agreed to stay at a classmate's house. But this time, her impression of me had changed a little. She never knew I was this kind of person before. She looked at me, who was still studying, and felt a bit of admiration in her heart. Someone living alone like this could be so self-disciplined. Whether it was working out or studying, it was clear that his self-control was very strong. A moment later, I started scratching my head, making impatient sounds. It looked like I was stuck on some math problem. Lin Mengyue stood up and slowly walked over. She saw that I was indeed struggling with a math problem. But the steps I was struggling with were a bit incomprehensible to her, at least in the parts she considered very simple. But thinking back to the situation just now, she didn't dare to say anything offensive. She pointed her finger at the problem on the paper and started explaining it to me. I listened attentively, nodding from time to time. Finally, with Lin Mengyue's help, I managed to solve the problem. I looked at the clock. It was past 2 a.m. Now I kind of regretted going to the net cafe. There wasn't much time left to sleep. In a few hours, I'd have to go to school again. After I finished tidying up, I looked at Lin Mengyue sitting on the sofa and said, "You go sleep in the bedroom. I'll sleep on the sofa. My EQ might not be high, but at least I know not to. Let a girl sleep on the sofa outside." But Lin Mengyue kept refusing. She was already very grateful to me for being able to stay here. If she also took the bedroom and left me to sleep on the sofa, how could she feel at ease? No, I'll be fine on the sofa. It's okay. No way, this sofa isn't comfortable to sleep on. You go to the bedroom. My attitude was also quite firm. Then I can't let you sleep on it even more. You're bigger than me, wouldn't it be even more uncomfortable for you to sleep here? Alright, this is my house, so just listen to me. It's precisely because it's your house, you're the host, that I, a guest, can't sleep in the bedroom. The two of us went back and forth like this, pushing the matter from the living room all the way to the bedroom. I turned on the bedroom light. Only then did Lin Mengyue get a clear view of the bedroom. It was clean and tidy, not at all like the bedroom of a boy living alone. Moreover, the bed was very big enough for 2 people with room to spare. Seeing how persistent I was, Lin Mengyue also refused to back down, so she proposed, "Then let's both sleep in the bedroom, okay? I'll sleep on the floor." "Why should you be the one sleeping on the floor? I will." The two of them argued for another 5 minutes. Lin Mengyue discovered that I was such a stubborn person. She really couldn't win the argument against me. Seeing that it was getting later and later, both of us knew we shouldn't argue over this for so long. In the end, we both reluctantly agreed to a proposal. Using a blanket to separate the middle of the large bed, dividing it into left and right sides, a blush that couldn't be hidden spread across Lin Mengyue's face. She had actually agreed to this proposal. She actually had to sleep with a classmate on the same bed. She sat on the left side of the bed, hugging her knees with both hands, feeling a little uneasy. She hadn't realized the problem just now, but now that I went to change into my pajamas, she realized that she was, after all, a girl. And I was a boy. How could she just sleep here so peacefully? Her sense of safety was too poor. What if I did something to her? Remembering the strength of my hand, she had absolutely no strength to resist. A moment later, I came in, wearing a set of thin silk pajamas. When I wore other clothes, you couldn't tell my physique at all, but when I wore these pajamas, the muscle lines underneath were incredibly clear. Lin Mengyue only took one glance, then quickly looked away, but her ears had quietly turned red. Turning off the light. The bedroom light went out. The two of them lay on the bed, their backs to each other. There was a blanket separating them in the middle. Lin Mengyue covered herself with a blanket, leaving only her head exposed. The rest of her was tightly wrapped up. She closed her eyes tightly, but opened them again not long after. She couldn't sleep at all. Her attention was all focused on my back, where I was on the other side of the bed. If I made even the slightest movement, even just turning over, she would tremble slightly and then wrap the blanket a little tighter. After 30 minutes passed in this state, Lin Mengyue heard steady breathing. She knew for sure that I was asleep. Her anxious heart finally relaxed. Letting down her guard a little, she couldn't remember the last time she had a good night's sleep. So after relaxing, sleepiness quickly washed over her, making her eyelids feel heavy. Before long, she also fell asleep. She slept very soundly, and even had a dream. She dreamt that her parents were walking further and further away. When she opened her eyes and sat up, she found that it was already morning. The sky outside was bright. It was around 6 a.m. A flood of memories rushed into Lin Mengyue's mind, and she came to her senses to see where I was. Lin Mengyue looked to the side and found that she was alone in the bed. I was no longer in the bedroom. Then she heard sounds from outside. It seemed to be noise from the kitchen. It seemed like someone was cooking. Lin Mengyue got out of bed. She was still wearing the clothes that I had given her yesterday, unchanged. When she walked out of the bedroom, a fragrant aroma wafted from the kitchen and into her nose. It instantly woke up her sleeping stomach. Looking towards the kitchen, she saw me wearing an apron, cooking. She walked over, and when she reached the kitchen doorway, I happened to turn around and made eye contact with Lin Mengyue. "Ah, good morning." Lin Mengyue greeted me in a small voice. I glanced at her, then nodded, and replied softly. Lin Mengyue saw a lunchbox on the dining table. Inside was the food I had just finished cooking. It was then that Lin Mengyue remembered, it seemed. It seemed like I was the only one in class who brought a packed lunch. "Are you preparing lunch? Why do you bring your own lunch?" "The food at school is pretty good," I replied simply. "Are there dietary restrictions for ethnic minorities? No wonder your features look like it." Lin Mengyue was a little surprised. Then she looked at my face and noticed that the lines of my face did indeed resemble those of an ethnic minority. A high nose bridge and double eyelids, my features looked like a foreigner's. She had never noticed before. "I finished making breakfast. You go ahead and eat," I pointed to where the hot breakfast was on the side. At this moment, Lin Mengyue's stomach had already been awakened by this aroma. Seeing this breakfast, her stomach sent out even stronger hunger signals. Lin Mengyue answered in a small voice, nodded, and sat down at the dining table. But she didn't eat right away. She waited for me. She waited until I was done and sat at the table before she picked up her chopsticks. As I was eating breakfast, asked, "Are you still going to school?" This, Lin Mengyue thought about her school bag, which was still at school. On the day of the incident when she left school, she hadn't taken it with her. It was still in her desk at school. Now she really should go back to school. She couldn't just fall into depravity now that there was no one to supervise her. But Lin Mengyue looked at her drying uniform. It wasn't completely dry yet. Besides, her condition was terrible. Her eyes were swollen. Not to mention she had no clothes to wear. "I have to go buy clothes today. I probably can only go to school tomorrow." I nodded. Then from my pocket, I took out a key and tossed it right in front of Lin Mengyue. "The house key. Come back after you're done shopping. Otherwise, I won't be able to get in." Lin Mengyue looked at the key in front of her and replied in a small voice, "Got it." She thought to herself, she couldn't just stay in my house forever. I intended to let her stay, but she couldn't just stay without a care. But the money she had wasn't enough to rent a house. Going to school was the main thing now. She couldn't just drop out of school to work. If so, her parents' spirits in heaven would not be able to rest in peace. Therefore, besides agreeing to stay with me temporarily, there was really no other way. Her best friend was Tian Xinli, but she couldn't possibly go and bother her or bother her parents. My place, where I live alone, seemed more suitable. After finishing breakfast, I packed my things and left in a hurry. I didn't give Lin Mengyue any instructions when I left. Lin Mengyue looked at the empty house and couldn't help but sigh. This Wang Yu is so trusting of me, leaving me alone in his house. Lin Mengyue decided to help me clean the house. After all, she was staying here temporarily. She had to do something. After cleaning, she would go out to buy clothes, take a bath, and tidy herself up. The class president has been absent for so long. Is she okay? I don't know. I can't get in touch with Meng either. I'm really worried about her. I don't even know where she lives. Maybe we should go ask the teacher. Ask if he has her house number. I arrived at school and heard people talking at the classroom door. The voices grew closer, and one of them was unmistakably familiar. It was Tian Xinli. Just as I was about to enter the classroom, Tian Xinli happened to be coming out with a female classmate. The three of us met at the door. Tian Xinli had silky black hair. Her features were very delicate. She was my type, but that had already ended yesterday. Then, the other girl saw me and subconsciously glanced at Tian Xinli, her eyes wide with excitement. After all, the whole class knew about me and Tian Xinli. Now that we've met, it's 100% certain that I will confess to Tian Xinli again. As a front-row spectator, getting to see me get brutally rejected naturally made that friend very excited. As for Tian Xinli, after seeing me, a flash of impatience quickly crossed her face. Her delicate eyebrows furrowed slightly. She was also thinking that I was about to confess to her. He follows me wherever I go. It's like I can't shake him off, she thought to herself. If she hadn't been classmates with Wang Yu for several years, she would have gotten angry long ago. After all, it was like this every day. She had gotten used to it. Seeing me open my mouth as if to say something, Tian Xinli spoke first. "Wang Yu, you've already said. Can you not be so annoying? Can you move out of the way?" Tian Xinli's words were immediately cut off. Her mouth was slightly agape. Her eyes suddenly widened. It was as if a bone was stuck in her throat, choking her into silence. Before Tian Xinli could react, the girl next to her did. That friend moved aside. I walked straight past, leaving Tian Xinli standing there blinking, completely stunned. The other friend leaned over and carefully looked at Tian Xinli's profile, asking, Li Zi, are you okay?" I'm fine. Really, it's great that he's not bothering me." Tian Xinli came to her senses and quickly explained, but her gaze unintentionally flickered towards me in the classroom. Her heart was beating a little fast, and at the same time, her mind was full of question marks. She didn't understand what was wrong with Wang Yu. He didn't seem like his usual self. Li Zi, what is it?" Tian Xinli came to her senses and looked at the girl in front of her. She still looked a bit dazed. "What's wrong with you? You seem so distracted." "I'm not distracted." Tian Xinli's gaze unconsciously flickered towards me and saw me talking about something with some classmates. Before, if I looked his way, he would definitely be looking at me. Our eyes would definitely meet. In the evening, after class, after finally finishing cleaning up, I stood up to leave the classroom. At this exact moment, Tian Xinli also stood up at the same time and walked out of the classroom. If nothing unexpected happened, the two of them would meet at the classroom door. This is infuriating. Don't say I didn't give you a chance?" Tian Xinli observed my walking speed. Seeing me walk a little slower, she deliberately quickened her pace by a few steps and finally reached the classroom door one step ahead of me. She turned her head, pretending to hurry her friend along, but her eyes were actually secretly looking at me. She knew this was my last chance of the day. I would definitely come before her and confess to her just like before. To punish him for being so late today, Tian Xinli decided to reject him brutally later, more heartlessly than ever. I was looking down at my phone, not even noticing that Tian Xinli was standing right at the classroom door. Just like that, I walked straight past. I didn't even look up once, and just perfectly walked past Tian Xinli. Tian Xinli was completely petrified, her eyes filled with disbelief. She gaped in astonishment. She couldn't believe Wang Yu didn't see her. Was it intentional or unintentional? Tian Xinli stood at the door, watching me walk away. Without turning back, Her mood instantly plummeted. I kindly created an opportunity for him, and he didn't even take it. This makes me look so stupid. By this time, I was already on my way home. On the way, I even saw the steps where I met Lin Mengyue yesterday. I should have asked for her phone number. What if she really left? That was my only key, but it seems she said she didn't have her phone. I got home and stood at the door knocking. Before long, I heard footsteps coming from inside. I immediately breathed a sigh of relief. Click! The door opened. The person who opened the door was Lin Mengyue. At this moment, she was a bit different from how I saw her in the morning. She seemed even more beautiful and radiant. Her skin was fair and smooth. She was wearing new clothes. Her hair was even softer and tied up. The moment she saw me come home, it seemed like her eyes were sparkling. You're back? Yeah, good thing you didn't leave. Otherwise, I would have had to spend 200 yuan for a locksmith. Hearing what I said, Lin Mengyue lowered her head and replied in a small voice. I already promised you. How could I leave? I entered the house. The next second, I discovered that Lin Mengyue had cleaned the house. It was tidier than when I left in the morning. A faint, pleasant scent lingered in the air. The clothes I gave her to wear yesterday had also been washed and were hanging there to dry. I go to school, while Lin Mengyue stays home cleaning and doing laundry, like a housewife. By the way, you really don't have a phone? I'm afraid I won't be able to contact you if something happens. I put down my bag, took out my phone, and said while looking at Lin Mengyue. Hearing this, Lin Mengyue turned her head away awkwardly and said, I threw my phone into the river a few days ago. That's really like you. I reluctantly put my phone away. The person in front of me was not like my impression of her, a class president who was good at taking care of others, kind-hearted, with a gentle, open, and lively personality, but more like a crying, lost child that I picked up while out for a walk. I stood up and went into the bedroom. A moment later, I came out of the bedroom holding a phone in my hand. Use this for now. My old phone is still usable. I'll give you my second SIM card later. That way at least I'll be able to contact you. Lin Mengyue took the phone, her face showing clear surprise. The look she gave me was also full of disbelief. Although it's an old phone, he just gave it to me to use like that. I'm just his classmate. We're not close or related. Why is he helping me like this? That. Why are you treating me like this? Is it because of Li Zi? Lin Mengyue asked in a small voice. In her heart, this was a very likely answer. Could it be because I have a good relationship with Tian Xinli and he likes Tian Xinli, so he wants to get on good terms with me and then use that to get closer to Tian Xinli? But didn't he say yesterday that he would no longer pursue Tian Xinli? I sat on the chair looking at Lin Mengyue doubtfully. How am I treating you? No. Why are you being so nice to me? Lin Mengyue's voice grew quieter and quieter. She felt this was a bit unlike herself. Why was she asking this question so carefully? Before, in class, she would ask in a joking tone, looking very natural, but now it was extremely unusual. I was a little stunned and silent for a few seconds. Then I shook my head and replied, I don't feel like this is being nice to you. I think these are all things that should be done. Just like how you helped me clean the house, that's not you being nice to me, but you feeling that it's what you should do. Besides, no matter what I do, it definitely has nothing to do with Tian Xinli. I started studying at the desk, doing my homework quietly. Meanwhile, Lin Mengyue was fiddling with something on the sofa. She opened the photo album on the phone and found that there were photos inside. She instinctively wanted to exit. After all, this was my privacy. If there were some private photos inside that she saw, it wouldn't be good. But at first glance, she only saw screenshots. There wasn't a single photo of a person. Out of curiosity, she opened those screenshots and found that they were some chat logs. The person talking to me was someone she knew. It was Tian Xinli. Looking at the content of the conversation, Lin Mengyue was very surprised. Tian Xinli had even told her that she and Wang Yu didn't have a very good relationship. Even though they were middle school classmates, they weren't close. They hardly ever talked to each other. But just based on these chat logs, although there's no ambiguous content, you can still see that their relationship must be very good. At least they must be good friends. Lin Mengyue knows it's not good to look at these chat logs, but the content above makes her unable to resist the urge to keep reading. Finally, she understood what the turning point in these screenshots was. These screenshots almost recorded how the relationship between me and Tian Xinli changed. Wait until next semester when I turn 18, then I'll agree to be with you. Let's talk about it later. The pressure from exams has been too great recently. I don't want to talk about this. Let's wait until next semester. Did you say that? Let's wait until 12th grade. Believe it or not, Tian Xinli's attitude stops here. After that, Wang Yu must have changed his phone. Lin Mengyue also witnessed firsthand how my words in the chat went from being a lot to becoming less and less, even towards the end. After the message Tian Xinli sent, I only replied with a simple mum. They were clearly just a few chat logs, yet Lin Mengyue could see the change in my mood within them, from being full of expectation to miserably persevering, then gradually becoming numb. The final change in the series was complete disappointment. You can tell from the chat logs old Wang Yu was quite talkative. At least he really liked talking to Tian Xinli, although you can also see that his EQ really wasn't very high, and he was also quite awkward when talking, but at least he talked a lot. Then, Tian Xinli promised Wang Yu that after he turned 18 in the second semester of 10th grade, she would accept Wang Yu's pursuit. But afterward, it seemed things didn't go as planned. Wang Yu didn't give up either. He always persevered. Later on, Tian Xinli's attitude got worse and worse. Wang Yu's messages also got shorter and shorter. The frequency of them texting each other also decreased. Then it was 12th grade, which is now. Wang Yu had almost become a different person. Seeing no results, he was determined not to go down that dead-end road anymore. Lin Mengyue took a deep breath. No wonder she didn't understand before why I had persevered for so long, for 2 whole years. It turns out he had seen a glimmer of hope, a hope given by Tian Xinli herself. Then she extinguished it with her own hands. In a single moment, in her heart, she felt a sense of contempt for this behavior of Tian Xinli, at the same time, feeling sympathy for me. Lin Mengyue raised her head to look at me, but as soon as she looked up, she was startled because she saw me sitting there, holding a pen, with my legs crossed, quietly looking at her. She was so engrossed in reading just now that she didn't notice at all that Wang Yu was looking at her. Now she felt extremely awkward, and at the same time, a sense of shame for peeking at someone else's privacy out of curiosity. I turned my head and said casually, "Whatever is on the phone, just delete it all. There's nothing useful in there anymore." When Lin Mengyue heard me say that, she couldn't help but be stunned for a moment. She still felt these chat logs were quite important. It would be a bit of a shame to delete them, but on second thought, it was true. These things were no longer of any use to me. Keeping them would only be a source of heartache for him. It's better to just delete them all and pretend nothing ever happened. Lin Mengyue obediently did as she was told. She deleted all those screenshots. After deleting them, Lin Mengyue didn't intend to look at the phone anymore. She wanted to study for a while instead. After all, she had to go back to school tomorrow. Even though her grades were very good before, she had ultimately fallen far behind others. "Hey Wang Yu, can I borrow your notebook?" All of her school supplies were at school, so she could only borrow from me. I didn't hesitate either. Without even looking up, I handed my notebook to Lin Mengyue. Lin Mengyue sat down next to me, opened the notebook and started reading. The two of us sat at the desk and studied quietly, and by now it was about 11 p.m. I started scratching my head again, encountering a math problem I couldn't solve. I really couldn't figure it out. If this were a new game, I could definitely master the gameplay in less than half an hour, but if it was a new math problem, I could think for half a year and still not figure out the solution. What's wrong? Is there something you don't understand? Lin Mengyue stood up and came to my side. I knew this type of problem, in Lin Mengyue's eyes, was extremely simple, so simple that she couldn't understand why I didn't know how to do it. What exactly was it that I didn't understand? But a dummy like me just couldn't do it. Lin Mengyue pointed at the problem on the paper and said, "Let me show you. Look at this. Since u equals fx is a monotonically increasing function on 2.1, so fx equals 3x squared plus 2x plus b is always greater than or equal to 0 on 2.1. Wait, what are you talking about? Is that the language of the Simin world?" Lin Mengyue was stunned for a moment, then she giggled. "Stop messing around. I'm teaching you. Can you be a little more serious?" "I swear I'm being serious. What are you saying? I don't understand a single bit of it." Finally, under Lin Mengyue's patient guidance, I learned how to solve this problem. The moment I wrote down the correct answer, I collapsed exhaustedly into my chair, revealing an expression of having no will to live. Seeing my mentally exhausted state, she covered her mouth with one hand and couldn't stop laughing. I glanced at her and said nothing. Just then, besides Lin Mengyue's laughter, a rumbling sound suddenly echoed. Lin Mengyue's laughter stopped abruptly, frozen on her face. That rumbling sound just now was her stomach growling. I looked at Lin Mengyue suspiciously and asked, "Have you eaten dinner?" Lin Mengyue's cheeks flushed with a light pink. She stammered, This. Not yet, actually. She hadn't eaten anything all day. She only had the breakfast I made in the morning." I let out a heavy sigh, and I stood up, walked towards the kitchen and said, "Wait." Lin Mengyue saw that I was about to cook for her. She quickly waved her hands to dissuade me. "Oh no. You don't have to go to all that trouble. I don't need to eat. It's too late. Forget it. I can't let you go hungry here." I just replied with that one sentence and walked into the kitchen. She had deeply experienced my stubbornness yesterday, so she knew that any attempt to persuade me would be futile. She sat back in her seat with her head slightly lowered, staring at the tabletop, pursing her lips. Who knows what she was thinking in her heart, but no matter what she was thinking, the feeling of hunger couldn't be ignored. A moment later, the sound of sizzling came from the kitchen, followed immediately by a fragrant aroma. Yesterday she had a bowl of noodles I cooked. This morning she had the breakfast I made. Although neither was much to show off, she could tell it was delicious. She could sense that I was a very good cook. 10 minutes later, the kitchen light went off. I walked out, carrying a plate of hot fried rice. "Here, eat up." I pushed the plate of fried rice in front of Lin Mengyue, and Lin Mengyue didn't refuse much either. She hadn't eaten anything all day. Seeing the fragrant plate of fried rice in front of her, she couldn't hold back either. After a soft word of thanks, Lin Mengyue started eating. She took very small bites, no matter how hungry she was. She didn't gobble it down, but she ate one bite after another without stopping until the plate was empty. She quickly finished the entire plate of fried rice. After eating, Lin Mengyue also quickly stood up and went into the kitchen to wash the plates. Soon, it was 12:30 a.m. It was almost time for the part Lin Mengyue was most worried about, which was going to sleep. "I am turning off the lights." When the light in the room went off, the bedroom was pitch black. The two of them lay on the bed, separated by a blanket in the middle. It was like this again, as expected. Lin Mengyue wrapped the blanket tightly around herself, with only her head sticking out, like a newborn baby in a swaddle. Today, there was no discussion about who would sleep in the bedroom and who would sleep on the sofa. We just followed yesterday's way, both of us sleeping on the bed. This was the second time she had slept in the same bed with a male classmate. If other people found out about this, if our classmates found out, how could she explain it? I'm afraid even 10 mouths couldn't explain it clearly. Just then, another voice appeared in Lin Mengyue's mind. Do you really still care about being misunderstood now? Your family has gone through a huge disaster. At that time, you were even thinking of suicide. Wandering outside in your school uniform, walking and crying, completely ignoring the stares and whispers of others. You have to admit, if it weren't for Wang Yu, you don't know where you would be right now, and you definitely wouldn't be in the mood to go to school tomorrow. It could be said that Wang Yu saved you. In comparison, what's this small matter? Wang. You? I heard Lin Mengyue call me, so I responded softly. The next second, I heard Lin Mengyue's soft, weak voice. Good night this time. Lin Mengyue's sleep was clearly much more peaceful than last night. Perhaps it's because the first time is strange, the second is familiar, or perhaps because she had become more open-minded, more at ease. When Lin Mengyue opened her eyes, she found it was already daytime, just like yesterday. She was the only one on the bed. Then she heard the sound of cooking coming from the kitchen. She particularly admired this point, even worshipped me for it. Lin Mengyue sat up, tied up her hair, and then started folding the blanket. When she walked out of the bedroom, I had already finished preparing lunch. It's just that she noticed something a little different from yesterday. There seemed to be 2 lunch boxes on the table. I heard Lin Mengyue come out of the bedroom and looked up, then continued preparing the lunchbox. I put the lids on both lunch boxes, then pushed the smaller of the 2 in front of Lin Mengyue. This is... Lin Mengyue looked at the lunchbox in front of her and blinked in surprise. I prepared it for you. It was no trouble at all. Won't this save you some lunch money? If you don't want it, I won't prepare it tomorrow. I want it. Lin Mengyue hurriedly used her hands to hold my lunchbox, as if afraid I would take it back. Oh, right. There's also fruit and yogurt. I casually tossed over. A small insulated container. Inside were pre-cut fruits. There was also a bag of yogurt. Ah! Lin Mengyue looked at the lunchbox, fruit and yogurt in front of her. Her eyes lit up. This seemed to take her back to her childhood, to her first grade in elementary school. Back then, her mother would also prepare snacks, fruits, and things for her. And now, that feeling she could never go back to was found again from a male classmate. In the way Lin Mengyue looked at me, the joy of satisfaction was extremely clear. Seeing Lin Mengyue's reaction, I became even more certain of my thoughts. Yesterday, I suspected that Lin Mengyue might still be a child at heart, completely different from how she was at school. So today, I deliberately prepared these things for her. Judging from the results, the conclusion is that Lin Mengyue is no different from a child. Lin Mengyue smacked her lips, looked at me and said, I really don't understand why Li Zi wouldn't agree. It's obvious that being with you would be wonderful. I snorted lightly and mumbled indifferently. It doesn't matter. Someone like me is popular everywhere. After hearing that, Lin Mengyue let out a laugh. The two of them washed their faces, ate breakfast, and packed up their things. Lin Mengyue was a little nervous. She hadn't been to school for a long time and felt a little unnatural. Lin Mengyue adjusted her clothes and asked Wang Yu, Do you think I've changed at all compared to a dozen days ago? At school? Lin Mengyue wanted to be the same as before. She didn't want her classmates to feel that anything about her had changed. I took a look at Lin Mengyue, looking her up and down. For a long time, I said nothing. What is it? Lin Mengyue asked doubtfully. Actually, as for how you looked at school, I don't have much of an impression. I can't see any difference. All right then. Lin Mengyue turned away helplessly, regretting asking Wang Yu this question. On the way, the two of them also kept a certain distance. You couldn't tell they were going to school together. Arriving at the school gate, Lin Mengyue took a deep breath to calm her heart. She had even already thought about how to face her classmates when she saw them. Hey, class president! At this moment, she heard a voice. She turned her head to look and found several classmates right behind her. Lin Mengyue raised her hand and said softly, Long time no see. It really is the class president. She's back at school. We missed you so much. Why did you suddenly stop coming? We were so worried. Several people rushed forward and surrounded Lin Mengyue, not even paying attention to Wang Yu who was beside her. But I didn't mind either. I just walked straight ahead. Lin Mengyue dealt with the classmates around her. Everyone around was chattering away. She didn't know what to do. Just then, a girl came up beside me and gave me candy. I caught the piece of gum Tang through with one hand and put it in my mouth and asked softly, How did it go? Yeah, I got it. It's a rare item. You can trade it to me later. I'll treat you to the net cafe another day. The two of them walked very close together. Lin Mengyue saw it all. Even she and Wang Yu didn't walk that close. They still kept a distance. Their conversation was also quite natural. It was the first time she had seen Wang Yu speak so fluently, word for word. Whatever everyone around her was saying, Lin Mengyue seemed to hear none of it. Her gaze was fixed on the two people ahead. That's Wang Yu's desk mate, Tang, right? Meng, you're finally here? I was so worried about you. The moment Tian Xinli saw Lin Mengyue, she immediately ran over and hugged her tightly. I had some family matters. That's why I didn't come. Lin Mengyue replied with her mouth, but her eyes glanced towards Wang Yu and the others. Class president? The teacher wants to see you in the office. Oh, okay. Lin Mengyue stood up, ready to go to the teacher's office. Her eyes were still fixed on Wang Yu, but she didn't see him look at her even once. After walking out the door, Lin Mengyue felt a little strange. It's perfectly normal for Wang Yu to talk to his deskmate, so why do I feel so unbalanced? Her mind was filled with random thoughts. She didn't see the person in front of her. Bam! She bumped into someone. The person quickly took a step back. Sorry, Lin Mengyue, you're back at school. Lin Mengyue looked up and saw the boy in front of her looking at her with a happy expression. Lu Qin. Mom. Yes, I had some family matters these past few days. The boy in front of her was tall. He was the class's sports representative. During the few days she was absent, he seemed to have texted her often to check on her. Are you okay? You don't seem to be in a good state. Lu Qin lowered his head and brought his face close to Lin Mengyue's, as if trying to see something on her face. Lin Mengyue took a step back and quickly walked around him. The teacher called me to the office. Lu Qin turned his head and looked at Lin Mengyue's, departing back. The corner of his mouth curved up slightly, revealing a smile. In the office, the teacher took Lin Mengyue's hand and said gently, Are you okay? I can understand how you're feeling right now. If you feel too upset, just tell me. If you have any difficulties, just say so. You'll definitely get through it. If any of your classmates say anything harsh, just come and tell me. Yes, thank you, teacher. Lin Mengyue also knew she had to look forward. A dozen days ago, she was grief-stricken. Unfortunately, the truth is the truth. No amount of grief can change anything. After returning to the classroom, her classmates started to ask after Lin Mengyue with concern. It was enough to show how good her relationship with the class usually was. I glanced at the crowd about to surround Lin Mengyue's seat. I wasn't surprised at all. I had already guessed it would be like this. Heh. Suddenly, someone ran up to Wang Yu's side. Kong Qiang, holding a bag, handed it to Tang Tang. Tang, I bought this for you. I glanced over and saw that it was a bag of candy. I guess Kong Qiang saw Tang Tang eating candy often, so he bought it for her. Tang Tang didn't even look, shaking her head and saying, Thanks, I don't need it. I already bought some. Just take it. If you really don't want it, you can throw it away. Kong Qiang placed the bag of candy on Tang Tang's desk, then turned and went back to his seat. Tang Tang also let out a sigh, looking at the bag of candy in front of her, her eyes filled with helplessness. I'd probably need an insulin shot to finish all this. Congratulations on getting diabetes in advance. I just teased her with a sentence. There was already a pile of candy on the desk. Tang Tang shrugged and said, Let's enjoy it together. When will I ever be able to digest all of this? I don't need it. Why don't you listen to him and throw it away? Forget it. I'll just eat it slowly. Tang Tang gathered all the candy into the bag and put it on the floor. If you accept it once, you're giving him hope. Hell give you countless more gifts in the future. So do you accept or not? If you don't accept, hell keep bothering you. If you accept and then later reject him, hell use the excuse that you accepted his gifts to blame you. Tang Tang had a speechless look on her face. She held her face and muttered, This is why I hate romance. It's so troublesome. Then she picked up the bag of candy and handed it to Wang Yu. Please return this to him for me. I'll reward you handsomely when it's done. It has nothing to do with me. Return it yourself. I'll give you that rare mount that dropped from the boss. Okay? I snatched the bag of candy directly and stood up to walk towards Kong Qiang's seat. Kong Qiang was still feeling smug over there, but the next second, the bag he gave was thrown back. Buddy, take it back. She doesn't want it. I looked down at Kong Qiang and said casually. Kong Qiang was a bit stunned. He turned his head to look at Wang Yu, his brows furrowed tightly. What does this have to do with you? My expression didn't change. It doesn't. I'm just helping to return it? Why do you like meddling in other people's business so much? Don't tell me you like Tong Tong? Kong Qiang deliberately said the last sentence loudly. In an instant, the entire classroom fell silent. Even the noise from Lin Mengyue's side suddenly stopped. Everyone turned their heads one by one to look at Wang Yu. Both Lin Mengyue and Tian Xinli widened their eyes almost at the same time. Their faces were filled with disbelief. I still had no expression. I closed my eyes and let out a breath. Then, I reached into my pocket and took out a few pieces of candy. I unwrapped the candy. The next second, I took the whole handful and stuffed it directly into Kong Qiang's mouth. Kong Qiang's mouth was stuffed full of candy. He plopped back down in his chair. I didn't say a word. I just walked back to my seat. The classroom was dead silent. Everyone looked at Wang Yu and Tang Tang, but the two of them didn't seem to care at all. They just did their own thing, completely unaffected. Kong Qiang spat out the candy. He had just stood up, intending to go over there. At that moment, the teacher entered the classroom. Kong Qiang shot Wang Yu a ferocious glare. Then he turned and sat back down in his seat. During class, Kong Qiang would occasionally stare at Wang Yu. His gaze was fierce. He gritted his teeth in anger. He had originally wanted to embarrass Wang Yu in front of the whole class. Why did he look like he didn't care at all? Instead, it made himself look quite foolish. After class ended, Kong Qiang immediately stood up and left his seat. He was determined to get justice for himself. He walked over to Wang Yu's side. He tapped his shoulder and coldly said, Come out here. Most of the other people in the class were watching them. After all, there was a good show to watch. Who would want to miss it? I didn't raise my head as I replied. Didn't you hear what I said? Kong Qiang reached out and grabbed Wang Yu's shirt. Lin Mengyue immediately stood up to stop them. Don't fight. She was the class president after all. She definitely had to manage a situation like this. No fighting, or ill tell the teacher. Lin Mengyue warned Kang Qiang, and just like that, the drama ended. The morning passed by quickly. It was lunchtime. Lin Mengyue had been looking forward to lunch all morning. After all, this was personally made for her by Wang Yu. She took the lunchbox out of her desk drawer and placed it on the desk. After opening it, a sumptuous meal appeared before her eyes. Meng, why did you bring lunch today? Tian Xinli saw the lunchbox on Lin Mengyue's desk and asked in surprise. In her memory, it seemed like in the whole class, only I, Wang Yu, brought my own lunch. I just suddenly felt like it. Let me try a bite. Did your mom make it? Tian Xinli looked at Lin Mengyue's food and asked with a smile. I made it myself. Really? Let me try. Tian Xinli picked up a small piece with her chopsticks and put it in her mouth. She chewed slowly. After a moment, her chewing slowed down. Her delicate brows furrowed slightly. You made this yourself? Yes, why? Nothing. The taste just feels a bit familiar, but it's very delicious. You're really good at it. It's nothing special. Lin Mengyue was a little flustered inside. She didn't expect Tian Xinli to find the taste familiar. Could it be that she had eaten food made by Wang Yu before? Their relationship was quite good before. She must have eaten it. Tian Xinli sat back down in her seat. She slowly swallowed the food in her mouth. Her throat moved. Then she turned her head to glance at Wang Yu. She saw that he was also eating. She couldn't help but frown. It seemed like she was thinking about something. Lin Mengyue ate everything cleanly. She also finished all the fruit and drank the yogurt. Finally, she slumped onto the desk in satisfaction. A faint smile appeared at the corners of her lips. There was a gym class in the afternoon. The boys took basketballs out to the court. As for me, I sat in a shady spot reading a book. The atmosphere by the basketball court was lively, while on my side, it was peaceful and quiet. Just as I was turning to the next page of the book, a basketball was suddenly thrown into my lap. It almost hit me in the nose. Frowning slightly, I looked up ahead. The person in front of me was Tang Tang. Her long, slender, fair legs were exposed. She was wearing sneakers. What are you doing? Let's play for a bit and see if your skills have gotten rusty. Tang Tang bounced the ball twice. The corners of her eyes curved up slightly. It seemed like she was smiling. I casually pointed. Go play with those guys over there. They're so boring. Challenging you is more interesting. Are you scared? I abruptly closed my book, set it aside, and stood up. Don't be like when we were kids. Running home crying after you lose. Then you'll have to beat me first before you can say that. The boys playing basketball on the other side suddenly glanced over. Their eyes widened. Look, who's that? Her legs are so fair. The boys on the court were like they were going crazy, searching everywhere. When they saw Tang Tang not far away, their eyes widened too. That's Tang Tang, holy crap. Although I like long hair. But short hair looks good now too. No, short hair is even better. The sports representative, Lu Qin, followed everyone's gaze. His eyeballs almost popped out. Lin Mengyue and the others who were watching found it a bit strange. Why did all those boys stop playing and look in the same direction? But when their gazes followed, their level of shock was no less than the boys. Wang Yu, when Lin Mengyue saw that the person next to Tang Tang was Wang Yu, her heart trembled. It felt both surprising, and yet it made sense. As for Tian Xinli, her brows were tightly furrowed. She didn't know why she felt particularly uncomfortable inside. Extremely uncomfortable. It felt as if something had been stolen from her. She bit her lip. A cold glint flickered in her deep eyes. Let's go take a look. Tang Tang and I hadn't even started playing yet. But the side of the court was already surrounded by people. The boys playing basketball on the other court had all stopped playing. They came over to look at legs and watch the game. Are we still playing? Being watched by so many people makes me a bit uncomfortable. Since when did you start caring about what other people think? You're right. Let's go. I nodded, then passed the ball to Tang Tang, getting ready to defend. Tang Tang dribbled the ball in front of Wang Yu, waiting for an opportunity to break through. The next second, the inside of her left foot quickly pushed off the ground. Her body turned slightly to the right, followed by a jump shot. The basketball fell precisely into the hoop. What a beautiful crossover. That ball is so white. Oh no, I mean that shot was so accurate. The boys on the sidelines exclaimed in amazement one after another. They started applauding for Tang Tang. Tang Tang looked at Wang Yu, smiled faintly and said softly, How is it compared to before? There's progress, but not much. I warmed up my muscles and wrists, getting ready for the next round. The one-on-one match between the two was incredibly exciting. Whether it was defense or offense, both were outstanding. The onlookers watched, stunned. Lu Qin stood behind the crowd, biting his lip. He was so anxious he couldn't help but stomp his foot. He had originally wanted to show off in front of Lin Mengyue. But how did it turn into Wang Yu showing off now? The score on the court was very close. The next second, I took the ball and slammed it hard against the backboard. In the moment, Tang Tang turned her head. I quickly rushed forward. While Tang Tang hadn't had time to react yet, I jumped up and caught the ball. In an instant, I slammed a powerful dunk. Crack! Along with a loud bang. A spider web quickly spread across the backboard. The spider web-like crack instantly shattered. Shards of glass fell all over the ground. The surrounding onlookers cheered in amazement. Everyone's eyes were wide, utterly astonished. The girls were even more startled. This was the first time they had seen it. Someone shattered this thing with a dunk. Lu Qin's eyes were about to turn red, looking at Wang Yu now. He wished that person was him. Tang Tang walked over, brushing the glass shards off of Wang Yu. All right, you win. Being able to push you this far is good enough. I helplessly held my head. I originally thought I wouldn't be disturbed by the outside world. But today I was surrounded and watched to the point of having to get serious. So handsome, right? Oh my god, when he jumped up just now, I think I saw his abs. Tianya excitedly shook. The arm of Tian Xinli next to her. She was jumping up and down like a fangirl right now. Tian Xinli still hadn't come back to her senses. Her eyes were fixed on Wang Yu. Her pupils trembled slightly. She thought she understood Wang Yu quite well. Before, in her mind, the impression of Wang Yu was of someone who was a boring conversationalist, had a rather low EQ, pretty poor grades, a rather quiet boy, but now, why did she seem to not understand him at all? The day passed by very quickly. It was time for school to end again. I always had a feeling that I would be cornered after school. Therefore, after class ended, I cleaned up my things and immediately left the classroom. Lin Mengyue saw Wang Yu leave so quickly and immediately became a little flustered. She also quickened her pace, picking up her bag, ready to follow. Meng, wait a moment. Let's go home together. Tian Xinli saw Lin Mengyue in such a hurry and hurriedly called out to her. But how could Lin Mengyue have time to wait for Tian Xinli to go home with her? Besides, if she went home with her, the fact that I'm going to Wang Yu's house, wouldn't that be easily exposed? So, Lin Mengyue stopped in her tracks and left with eye contact. I have something to do after school. I'm leaving first. After saying that, she ran out of the classroom. Lu Qin wanted to follow, but he couldn't even see her shadow. Lin Mengyue chased after him out of the school. She only saw him after chasing in the direction of Wang Yu's house. She hurriedly ran over to Wang Yu's side. Wait for me, Yu. Why are you walking so fast? Seeing Lin Mengyue panting, I asked in surprise. What are you rushing for? It's not like you don't know where my house is. You can just walk slowly. This. Lin Mengyue heard what Wang Yu said and felt that it seemed to be right. If I chase after him, there's a chance it'll be seen. This secret will be discovered. So why did I rush to chase after him? It seemed her heart was looking forward to the time after school, to be able to talk openly with Wang Yu right away. Are you hurt? Lin Mengyue thought about how today, Wang Yu had so many glass shards on him. She was afraid he had been scratched, so she asked softly, I'm fine. That's good then. Oh right, I finished all the lunch today. It was delicious. Wang Yu answered word for word, which made Lin Mengyue's mood drop a little. She couldn't help but think about how Wang Yu and Tung Tung talked so naturally today. Why is it like this when he talks to me? Does he have a lot of topics to talk about with Tung Tung? Could it be because Tung Tung is very special? She had been thinking about this problem for a long time today. It was the same during gym class. Wang Yu didn't play basketball with the boys. He sat there reading a book by himself. But as soon as Tang Tang came to find him, he immediately went to play with Tang Tang. So, the suspicion in her heart made her unable to resist asking. I'll ask you something. Don't be mad. Do you like Tang Tang? I frowned slightly. Why would you think that? Is it because of what Kong Cheng shouted today? It's because I see you and her talk very naturally. You can talk about a lot of things, and you're also quite close to each other. But with me, it's a bit. Lin Mengyue was a little embarrassed when she said these words. It felt like she was being jealous to have said these words, but if she didn't ask clearly, she would think about it for a long time. I shook my head and explained. That's because you and I aren't very close. I don't talk much with people I'm not close to. Tang Tang and I are very close. So do you like her? In what way are you talking about? As a friend, I like her a lot. She's considered my best friend, because I don't really have any friends. It's just that there are no romantic feelings. Wang Yu answered very decisively, without even a hint of hesitation. So decisive that Lin Mengyue found it a little hard to believe. Have you really never considered it? Not even a little? But I feel that your relationship with her is very good. She's very good at studying. She's also very pretty. Plus, her motor skills are so good. I feel like she's not inferior to Tian Xinli in any way. You should like her, right? Have you never thought about being with her? I shook my head again in denial. No, my dad would beat me to death. Why? Because that would be against all moral principles. To be with my own cousin. Lin Mengyue immediately stopped walking. Her eyes widened. Cousin? Yeah, her mom is my aunt, my father's cousin. Tang Tang and I grew up together since we were little. She transferred classes a few days after freshman year started. Have you forgotten? We weren't in the same class back then. Then she deliberately transferred to our class. Her mom was afraid that with her personality she wouldn't be able to make friends and would have no one to talk to. So she asked the teacher to arrange for us to sit together. Otherwise, why do you think we could sit together without ever changing seats? Wang Yu's words made Lin Mengyue suddenly realize. No wonder Wang Yu and Tong Tong seemed so close. So close. How could a relationship of growing up together not be good? So now you know what today's incident was about. Someone, in broad daylight, shouted that you like my cousin. It's a good thing I didn't get angry. That wasn't being angry. I felt like you were already angry. It was very scary. Not at all. Not even close. It's not worth getting angry at that kind of person. If I were angry, I would have slapped him straight across the face. Lin Mengyue pursed her lips and let out a soft laugh. I turned my head to look at her. What are you laughing at? I'm telling the truth. I just feel a little closer to you. We're talking more too. Lin Mengyue and I went home together. Stepping through the door of the house, Lin Mengyue once again felt a sense of familiarity and belonging here. She had obviously only been here for 2 days, but it felt as if she had been here for a long time. She felt like this place was her own home. Perhaps it was the way Wang Yu treated her that reminded her of how it felt to be at home before. As soon as I got home, I went to cook dinner. Lin Mengyue felt that she was really lucky to eat, because she really liked the food Wang Yu cooked. When Wang Yu went to cook, Lin Mengyue helped tidy up the house. Even though the house was already tidy enough, she would still find things to do on her own. The two ate together. It was a little quiet at the dinner table. Lin Mengyue tried to find topics to talk about with Wang Yu, but Wang Yu had the habit of not talking while eating or sleeping. He ate very quickly and silently. She didn't bother Wang Yu anymore either, so she also picked up her eating pace and finished dinner with Wang Yu. After eating, she again took the initiative to clear the table and wash the dishes. I went to the bathroom door getting ready to take a shower. Suddenly I thought of something and asked Lin Mengyue, who was in the kitchen, "Are you going to shower?" Lin Mengyue poked her head out. A faint blush appeared on her cheeks. "I don't need to. I'll go shower outside." She couldn't casually shower in Wang Yu's house. That's why yesterday she showered outside, when Wang Yu wasn't home. She still didn't dare to, let alone when Wang Yu was home. "All right, you can use the bathroom. It's fine, there's a lock." I said that and then went into the bathroom. Not long after, she heard the sound of running water from the bathroom. Just thinking about Wang Yu showering. In her mind, she would involuntarily think about Wang Yu's physique. That inverted triangle figure, such broad shoulders. What would it look like when he's showering? Not long after, I came out of the bathroom, wearing pajamas. My hair was soaking wet, because I didn't dry myself off very well. My pajamas clung to my stomach. The clear definition of my abs was particularly prominent. Although Lin Mengyue tried very hard to concentrate, her gaze always unconsciously drifted towards Wang Yu. Swallowing her saliva, Lin Mengyue's eyes suddenly widened. She couldn't believe what she was doing. Did I just swallow my saliva? Is this for real? No way. So this is the kind of person I am? I didn't notice Lin Mengyue's strangeness. I glanced at her and then went to dry my hair. Lin Mengyue gently patted her cheeks with both hands, to calm herself down, to get rid of distracting thoughts, to forget her worldly desires. At this moment, she heard on the table. Wang Yu's phone beeped. She unconsciously looked towards the sound and saw Wang Yu's screen. There was a new message notification. Lizzie. Lin Mengyue's heart couldn't help but tremble. She saw the sender's name was Tianxin Li. Why is she messaging Wang Yu? Doesn't she really hate Wang Yu? An intense curiosity rose in Lin Mengyue's heart. Wang Yu, your phone went off. It did? I picked up my phone and opened it to look. After seeing the message, my brow furrowed slightly. I just glanced at it and then turned off the phone. I didn't reply at all. Lin Mengyue had been observing Wang Yu's expression the whole time. A reaction like that made Lin Mengyue's curiosity grow even stronger. What would Tianxinli have messaged Wang Yu? Could it be the other way around? Is Tianxinli confessing to Wang Yu? No, that's impossible. At midnight, the two returned to the bedroom to get ready for sleep. For Lin Mengyue, the first time was strange, the second time was familiar. By the third time, there was nothing to worry about anymore. It was even very natural. After all, if Wang Yu wanted to do something, he would have done it 2 days ago. Tang Tang. Does she not have any friends? Lin Mengyue suddenly spoke up and asked softly. Although it was very quiet, it was especially clear in the quiet bedroom. Yeah, that's right. Then I'll take the initiative to talk to her. Will she pay attention to me? Lin Mengyue started to become interested in Tang Tang. If they could become friends, then nothing would be better. I advise you not to befriend her. Why? Lin Mengyue was truly stunned. I was silent for a long time before slowly speaking. If you're with her for a long time, I'm afraid your self-esteem will be hurt. What do you mean? Nothing anyway. It's better if you don't interact with her. She doesn't need friends anyway. I turned over, changing the subject. It seemed like I had swallowed some words back down. Lin Mengyue, because of Tianxinli's message, was already extremely curious. Now that curiosity had still not been extinguished. Now with Wang Yu being so cryptic about Tang Tang, she really couldn't hold it in anymore. Tell me. I will definitely befriend her. Don't you worry. I opened my eyes. I didn't expect Lin Mengyue to be so insistent. I hesitated for a moment, then sat up and turned on the light. I started searching for something on the computer desk in front of me. After a moment, I found it, and handed a photo to Lin Mengyue. Lin Mengyue took it to look. She discovered that in the photo was a little girl. She looked to be only about 7 or 8 years old. She had long black hair and a radiant smile, and what was extremely striking was that she was holding a stack of certificates of merit in her hands. Her left hand held more than 10 certificates, and her right hand held a trophy. Is this really Tang Tang? Lin Mengyue was a little in disbelief. The girl in front of her was so different from Tang Tang, so much. It's true. I nodded. She's the typical other people's child. She's the smartest kid I've ever met. She's proficient in zither, chess, calligraphy, and painting. She learns things after just one try. She easily wins first place in any competition. Her grades have been at the top since she was little. Your grades are in the top 5 of the year, right? She's just not focusing on her studies right now. If she could stop playing games for a month and focus on studying for a month, she could definitely surpass you, really? Hearing Wang Yu say that, Lin Mengyue couldn't help but gasp in amazement. Since we were little, you've never been as good as her at anything. She's so gifted, so her personality is especially arrogant. When we were young, she basically didn't see me as her cousin. So for a long time, I even hated her. I sat there as if reminiscing about the past. My gaze became a bit deep. In the end, I could only use the physical differences inherent between boys and girls to teach her a lesson. She took a hit and cut her hair short right after getting home, wanting to surpass me in sports, and short hair would be more convenient. I think the bond between you two is probably stronger than that of ordinary siblings. Lin Mengyue returned the photo to Wang Yu with a hint of admiration in her eyes. So you understand now, right? Living with someone like her is very tiring. You don't need to be friends with her. She doesn't need it either. Lin Mengyue gently shook her head, a slight smile playing on her lips. Now I want to be friends with her even more. By learning from outstanding people, I can improve. Early the next morning, Tian Xinli left her house, but she wasn't in a very good state. Yesterday, she waited for Wang Yu's message until very late. After about 2 hours, she assumed that Wang Yu had definitely seen it and was deliberately not replying. Originally, she was quite angry and planned to confront Wang Yu at school, but on second thought, maybe Wang Yu really wasn't going to pursue her anymore. Tian Xinli walked down the street yawning. Right now, she really hoped Wang Yu would suddenly appear behind her, call out to her, and walk to school with her. That way, on the road, it would just be the two of them. Ah, Tian Xinli's eyes suddenly widened, looking at someone who walked past me. Wasn't that figure Wang Yu? Wang Yu, she called out subconsciously. I heard her voice and turned to look at her. Then I looked behind Tian Xinli before turning away and leaving. Before Tian Xinli could say anything, someone else appeared beside her. Good morning, Lei Tu. What a coincidence meeting you here, Mengyue. You take this way too? Why haven't I seen you on the way to school before? A flash of surprise appeared in Tian Xinli's eyes. The person beside her was Lin Mengyue. I just called out to Wang Yu. Did she hear it too? I moved. I live in that direction. So I take this way, Lin Mengyue answered hesitantly, pointing behind her. Luckily, she had seen Tian Xinli up ahead earlier, so she deliberately slowed down to keep some distance from Wang Yu. What's wrong with you? Didn't sleep well? You don't look very energetic. Lin Mengyue looked at Tian Xinli's appearance. She looked just like she had a few days ago. Tian Xinli nodded and replied wearily, Yeah, I didn't sleep well. Lin Mengyue thought about last night when Tian Xinli sent a message to Wang Yu, but didn't get a response from him. She probably couldn't sleep well because of this. The two of them walked to school together. The classroom was quite lively. It was noisy right now. Wang Yu and Tang Tang are very popular. Tang Tang, here are some snacks I bought for you this morning. Tang Tang, want to go play ball this weekend? Wang Yu, we're going to karaoke this weekend. Are you coming? Wang Yu, can you teach me how to play basketball? Boys and girls were constantly surrounding the two of them. Being so popular, for the two of them, was like a disaster. Suddenly, I slammed my hand on the desk. Although it wasn't very hard, it scared the others. A loud noise made the classroom fall silent immediately. Everyone felt a chill run down their spine. Tang Tang even showed a look of disgust. The people around them hurried away and returned to their seats. What a nuisance. Tang Tang couldn't help but mutter, then spat out the gum in her mouth. I looked at her. What's going on? Did we do something? Didn't we just play a basketball game yesterday? Is this necessary? I don't get it. They probably just like new things. They're not that close to us, so they want to come and interact a bit, then they can just find you. Why are they looking for me? Don't they know me? They've been laughing at me for 2 years. After I spoke, I glanced over at the root cause of me being ridiculed for 2 years, which was Tian Xinli, and I found that she was also looking at me. Just as our eyes met, Tian Xinli saw Wang Yu's gaze, and the moment their eyes met, her heart started to race a little. She was a bit nervous. She quickly turned her head away, her face blushing like a cherry. Her right hand rested lightly on her chest as she muttered, What's wrong with me? After class ended, Tian Xinli left her seat and immediately went to Lin Mengyue's side. Mengyue, come to the restroom with me? Lin Mengyue was stunned for a moment, then stood up and left the classroom with Tian Xinli. Lin Mengyue looked at Tian Xinli's demeanor. It seemed like she had something to say. What's wrong? Just say what you want to say. Tian Xinli looked around left and right, and seeing no one familiar around, she whispered into Lin Mengyue's ear, I'll tell you something. Don't tell anyone else, okay? Aights. Didn't I say before that I didn't like Wang Yu? But I don't know why. Now the more I look at him, the more I like him. What's wrong with me? Lin Mengyue's expression was a bit dazed. She was even a little disbelieving. She thought about how Tian Xinli sent a message to Wang Yu last night and how she didn't look well this morning. It was actually because her feelings towards Wang Yu had changed. Could it be that she likes him now? I don't know either, if I say maybe. Will you laugh at me? Tian Xinli looked at Lin Mengyue with a hint of unease in her eyes. Liking someone is no big deal. You won't be laughed at, but if you like someone that you've rejected for 2 years, then it's really laughable. She herself felt it was a bit ridiculous. He pursued me for 2 years, and I never agreed. Then yesterday, he just showed off a little, and I immediately had feelings for him. This is so shameless. I won't laugh at you, but I think this thought of yours came too late. Wang Yu is very popular now. Besides, hasn't he not confessed to you for a few days? That's right. Does he not like me anymore? The unease in Tian Xinli's heart reached its peak at this moment. I think so. Lin Mengyue didn't dare to tell the truth. After all, last night when Tian Xinli sent the message, she witnessed it firsthand. Wang Yu basically didn't care and chose to read it without replying. Then what should I do? Can you talk to Wang Yu? Then can you do me a favor and help me talk to Wang Yu? At noon by the stairs, I want to talk to him. Me, go talk to him? Why don't you go yourself? I don't dare, Tian Xinli said shyly. If Wang Yu rejects me on the spot, it would be very embarrassing. All right? I'll go talk to him then, but I can guarantee he'll agree. Okay, thank you. Tian Xinli happily hugged Lin Mengyue, then turned and went back to the classroom. Lin Mengyue sighed helplessly, her mood a little complicated. As Tian Xinli friend, she should have hoped for her success. But for some reason, in her heart, she didn't want Tian Xinli to succeed. She even secretly prayed in her heart, hoping Wang Yu wouldn't be persuaded by Tian Xinli and wouldn't agree to be with her. At this moment, Lin Mengyue just felt a faint scent pass by. She looked up and saw someone had just walked past her. Tang Tang. Clink! Just then, Lin Mengyue saw something fall from Tang Tang's pocket. Something fell out. It looked like a set of keys. She hurried over and picked up the keys. Tang Tang? Tang Tang turned her head to look and saw Lin Mengyue standing behind her. Looking a bit puzzled, Lin Mengyue shook the keys in her hand. You dropped this? Tang Tang felt her pocket and realized something was indeed missing. She walked over to get the keys back. At the same time, she reached into her other pocket, took something out. She placed the object in her palm. Thanks. Then she left. Lin Mengyue completely didn't have a chance to say anything before she was gone. She looked at her palm and saw what Tang Tang had just given her was a lollipop. She knew that if she wanted to be with Tang Tang, becoming friends wasn't hard, but she couldn't rush it. The corners of Lin Mengyue's eyes crinkled slightly. She put the lollipop in her pocket and turned to go back to the classroom. There was still some time before class started. Lin Mengyue glanced at Wang Yu, saw no one was beside him, and stood up to walk towards him. Wang Yu, I have something to tell you. I looked up at Lin Mengyue. Lin Mengyue, I have a problem. I don't know how to solve. Can you teach me? Lu Qin suddenly ran over with his workbook, interrupting her. Lin Mengyue was suddenly stunned. Her thoughts were completely jumbled. Although normally, because she was easy to talk to, and her grades were good, many people came to ask her for help with homework, but at least they should consider the timing. I'm talking to someone else right now. You're talking to Wang Yu? It's okay, you can talk first. I'm not in a hurry. Lu Qin added another sentence, pretending not to disturb their conversation, but he didn't step back and just stood to the side. He just wanted to stand there and listen, to see what Lin Mengyue was going to say. That way, his heart would be at ease. You, could you not? Lin Mengyue looked troubled. She couldn't get the words out if she said it, and Lu Qin heard it. It would definitely spread around. I looked up at the troubled Lin Mengyue and then at the unyielding Lu Qin, and the next second, I suddenly stood up and directly grabbed Lin Mengyue's wrist with one hand under Lu Qin's wide-eyed stare. I led Lin Mengyue out of the classroom. Lin Mengyue was completely stunned. The feeling of being held by Wang Yu was just like the feeling on that rainy day when he dragged me home. Tian Xinli had been secretly observing the situation, and her jaw dropped after seeing this scene. Her eyes filled with disbelief. Lu Qin was completely dumbfounded, his mouth twitching, his eyebrow twitching non-stop. At the stairs, I let go of her hand and looked at Lin Mengyue in front of me. All right, say it. I'm just a messenger. It's Litu. She wants to talk to you privately. She wants to meet you here at noon. I refuse. Tell her we have nothing to talk about. I shook my head and refused directly, without even a moment of thought. Lin Mengyue had already predicted this outcome, or rather, with her understanding of Wang Yu, this was the most likely scenario. Are you really not going to talk to her? Maybe after talking she'll be with you, then I can talk to her even more. Think about it. I chased her for 2 years, and she didn't agree. Now that I'm not chasing her anymore, it's only been 3 days, she wants to hit on me, and I'm supposed to come back? That would make me too cheap. That's true. All right then, I'll tell her. After they finished talking, they left and returned to the classroom. Tang Tang tapped the desk with her pen, waiting for Wang Yu to sit down before asking, since when were you so close to the class president? What makes you think we're close? If you're not close, how dare you grab her wrist and run out? Aren't you afraid she'll slap you and call you a hooligan? I glanced at her. You're overthinking it. I know she's a good person and wouldn't do that. That's why I dared to do it. All right. Tang Tang believed Wang Yu's words. As for what he and Lin Mengyue talked about outside, she didn't ask and didn't want to ask. Soon, class started. When class ended again, Tian Xinli hurried to Lin Mengyue's side. Mengyue, how did it go? She asked quietly, her voice and eyes filled with anticipation. Litu, you should probably just give up on Wang Yu. Didn't you say it yourself, that you two aren't compatible? He refused, didn't he? Tian Xinli sadly looked down, feeling her eyes sting as if she was about to cry. Lin Mengyue didn't know how to comfort her either. It's okay, you're so pretty. Many people will like you in college. We're in 12th grade now. Even if you really got together with Wang Yu, your grades don't mean you two will definitely get into the same university. A long-distance relationship would be even more painful then. Tian Xinli didn't know what to do. She could only listen to Lin Mengyue's comforting words. When it was time for lunch, Lin Mengyue happily took out the lunchbox that Wang Yu had prepared, actually. Before, when it was lunchtime, she didn't really look forward to meals because she ate very little. Eating even felt like a bit of a waste of time to her, but now she felt that She looked forward to mealtime the most. When the lunch break was almost over, most of the students in the class had returned. At this time, the homeroom teacher walked in and stood at the podium. I have two things to announce. First, we're about to have our monthly test. Everyone should study hard and try to get good grades. Second, at the end of the month is our school's sports festival. This will be your last sports festival in high school. As soon as they heard sports festival, the students cheered excitedly. The events for the sports festival are all here. Registration is voluntary. This time, it's completely up to you to discuss among yourselves, class president, sports representative. These two matters are your responsibility. Everyone around was buzzing with discussion, so loudly that Lin Mengyue's ears were ringing. All right, Lin Mengyue quickly told everyone to stop. The sports festival is at the end of the month. We have plenty of time. What's more important now is the monthly test next Tuesday. Whoever wants to sign up for an event, go ahead. The rest of you should focus on studying. We'll talk about the opening ceremony performance after the monthly test. Tang Tang was woken up by the noise and lifted her head with sleepy eyes. What's going on? Monthly test next Tuesday. Sports festival at the end of the month. Tang Tang yawned. Can we take a day off for the sports festival? Let's just go to the internet cafe, otherwise it'll be so boring. Probably not, compared to the sports festival. I'm more worried about what to do for the monthly test. Do you want me to come over this weekend to help you study? No need. I can't keep up with your way of thinking. I thought about how even when Lin Mengyue explains, it takes a long time for me to understand. If Tong Tong were to teach me, she's basically not someone who knows how to teach others. She would just give me an answer and let me figure out the process myself. All right then, looks like you can go out tonight either. I originally thought there was an event today, so we could go to the internet cafe for a while after school. Forget it, you can just play at home. I really don't have time to play. Then I'll just log into your account and help you with your quests. After evening classes ended, I left the school and prepared to go home. Lin Mengyue didn't rush to follow. After all, she knew where Wang Yu's house was. After arriving at Wang Yu's house, she found that Wang Yu was already cooking dinner, while the two of them were eating together. Lin Mengyue wanted to find a topic of conversation, the sports festival. Are you interested? You're so good at sports, you're not signing up for any events? I shook my head. Not interested. What about Tang Tang? Do you think she'd be willing to participate? It'll be good enough if she doesn't pretend to be sick and take the day off. Wanting her to sign up for an event is impossible. Lin Mengyue looked interested and raised an eyebrow. Why is it impossible? I can make a bet with you. If she participates, then I'll participate too. Deal? It's a deal? Lin Mengyue didn't know if she could persuade Tang Tang, but if she could, she'd get a Wang Yu as a bonus, gaining 2 strong generals at once. How could she worry about not winning? So she agreed without a second thought. After finishing dinner, Lin Mengyue and I studied at the table. With Lin Mengyue's help, I didn't get stuck anywhere. The study efficiency was very high. Lin Mengyue looked at the clock, looking like she wanted to say something but hesitated. After a few seconds of hesitation, she slowly began to speak. Can I take a shower? Of course. Go take a shower. I couldn't help but be stunned. If you want to shower, just go shower. Why are you asking me? But of course Lin Mengyue had to ask. She couldn't really treat this place as her own home, taking a shower without asking the owner. Then I'll go now. Lin Mengyue slowly stood up and went into the bathroom. This was the first time she had showered at Wang Yu's house. She was a little nervous. She had prepared all her things, brought a change of clothes with her to avoid forgetting something as she couldn't have Wang Yu bring it in. Can I use your shampoo and body wash? Sure. I didn't look up. After getting permission, Lin Mengyue closed the door. Soon, the sound of running water came from the bathroom. Although the door was locked tight, but just thinking about Wang Yu sitting outside, Lin Mengyue's heart was still pounding. After taking a shower, she dried her hair in the bathroom, then walked out. Seeing Wang Yu still sitting there studying, she felt that Wang Yu was a bit too diligent. This must be very tiring. After all, studying isn't something that can be done overnight. I see you have a computer in your room. Don't you usually play on it? I do, but aren't the exams coming up? There's no time to play anymore. I thought about how before, as soon as I got home, I would play games, teaming up with Tang Tang. But as a result, she never slacked off on her studies. After all, she has a brilliant mind. She understands things after hearing them once in class, then comes home to play with me. I'm ranked over 200, while she plays with me every day. Sometimes we even go to the net cafe together, and she's still in the top 20 of our grade. I dragged her into playing games like that, and she can still rank so high. There's nothing I can do about it. I can't compare to her, and I can't even drag her down. Actually, you can play for a bit. You don't have to study all the time. Why don't you take a break and play for a while? Lin Mengyue knew she couldn't persuade Wang Yu, but after she said that, I hesitated. I stopped writing and looked up to ask tentatively, is it really okay? Of course, you've been studying for so long, you should play for a bit. This is to relax your mind so you can study better. Then I'll listen to you. Heh, just for a little while. I immediately stood up and went into the room. Ever since going to the net cafe with Tang Tang, I haven't played games anymore. Every day I'd hear Tang Tang talk about this and that in the game, and my heart would itch unbearably. Now that I heard Lin Mengyue say it's okay to play for a while, I naturally followed her advice. The person who's first in class and top 5 in the grade said it, so how could it be wrong? It can't be wrong at all. Lin Mengyue was also stunned for a moment. She didn't expect Wang Yu to actually listen to her, or did he actually want to play games too? Because she usually didn't see Wang Yu touch the computer, she thought Wang Yu didn't usually play. Lin Mengyue also followed him into the room and saw that Wang Yu had already sat down in front of the computer and turned it on. Wang Yu typed a few words, then put the headset on the desk and turned the volume to maximum. Hello, can you hear me? Lin Mengyue was a little surprised. She heard the voice coming from the headset was Tang Tang's. I hear you. Why are you online today? Aren't you supposed to be cramming for your studies? A balance of work and play. Then come help me with a quest. I've invited you to the party. Lin Mengyue stood quietly to the side and watched. Seeing Wang Yu playing so engrossed, she didn't dare to make a sound, afraid that Tang Tang on the other end would hear. Aya, Mom, what are you doing? Right after, the voice on the other end changed, becoming a woman's voice. Is that Xiao Yu? Hearing this, my eyes widened. I hurriedly replied, yes. Auntie, it's Xiao Yu. His voice was very soft and also very cautious. This was the first time Lin Mengyue had heard Wang Yu speak like this. It felt like she had just discovered another side of Wang Yu, which was very interesting. See, I thought I heard your voice just now. When are you coming over to visit? Your uncle and I both miss you a lot. Come over and I'll cook you something delicious. Auntie, I'll come over next weekend. All right, it's a promise then. Then I'll go buy groceries next weekend. But you dare not show up. I'll definitely come. Definitely. Lin Mengyue stood by and listened. A trace of envy inevitably appeared in her eyes. So this is what it feels like to have family. Someone who cares, someone who looks after you. Even if he lives alone here, there are people who miss him. Unlike me. Just thinking about what happened to her recently, she felt a heart-wrenching pain. Lin Mengyue lowered her head. Her eyes were immediately covered by a layer of mist. I glanced over and saw Lin Mengyue's state. A moment later, I spoke into the headset. Never mind, I'm logging off. Then I quit the game and shut down the computer. Lin Mengyue quickly turned her head away, not wanting Wang Yu to see her like this. Even though she tried to look forward, thinking about the past still made her sob. What could she do? She was just a girl who had only recently come of age. After I shut down the computer, I said softly, I think you need to talk to me for a bit. Talk about what? The moment Lin Mengyue opened her mouth, tears couldn't help but fall. Her nose stung, so her voice was choked up. Of course, we'll talk about you. You must have a lot of things you haven't explained clearly, for example, why you have nowhere to live. Although I've always had these questions in my mind, but for fear of touching on Lin Mengyue's pain, I never asked. Today, I feel that I should let Lin Mengyue talk about it. At least having someone to listen will make it a little easier. I don't want to talk about it. Lin Mengyue hung her head very low, tears falling ceaselessly, sobbing quietly. I seemed to have guessed that Lin Mengyue didn't want to talk, so I stood up and walked to the bedside, then gently placed my hand on Lin Mengyue's shoulder. Didn't you say you have to look forward? Then you must talk about it. Why must you bear this sadness alone? You can talk to me anytime. At least there's someone who understands how you feel. Lin Mengyue looked up, a teardrop still lingering at the corner of her eye. But when she saw Wang Yu's eyes, the sadness in her heart somehow lessened by half. I have nowhere to stay because I don't have a home anymore. That house doesn't belong to me, and I can't live there. Then who does it belong to? I was a little confused. It seems there's an unspeakable hardship in this matter. I got some tissues and handed them to Lin Mengyue to wipe her tears first. After waiting for her mood to stabilize a lot, she slowly began to speak. My family is a remarried family. I'm my mother's child from her previous marriage. My stepfather, he also had a child, but that child was with his ex-wife. After they passed away, my stepfather's ex-wife brought her son and took over the house. Because my stepfather's name is on the house deed, he was a co-owner. When they divorced, he didn't take the house, but now they've come to claim it. I had no way to stop them. That's why I have nowhere to live. My eyebrows were practically knitted together, and my expression was very grim. Taking advantage of the situation. How can someone be so outrageous? So she doesn't plan on compensating you at all? Lin Mengyue shook her head with utter disappointment. I also felt that my question was pointless. If they could do something as opportunistic as this, how could they possibly have a conscience? My mother remarried my stepfather, and none of our relatives agreed. So until now, no relatives are willing to care about me. Behind my back, they all call me a bastard child. What about your biological father? Can't find him? There's no contact information whatsoever. We haven't seen each other for many years. Besides, even if I could find him, he wouldn't care about me. After Lin Mengyue said it all, her mood had clearly stabilized a lot. Perhaps because these words were suppressed in her heart, it really made her a bit overwhelmed. But after saying it, she felt much more relieved. I silently nodded beside her, considering that I now understood Lin Mengyue's troubles. I never expected that Lin Mengyue also had to bear such pressure from life. I patted Lin Mengyue's shoulder. Don't think about anything. You don't need to worry about anything. I'll take care of your food and lodging. You don't need to worry about living expenses either. I'll give them to you, until you can get a job and earn money to support yourself. Just focus on your studies and live well. Lin Mengyue looked up, her eyes immediately filled with astonishment, her whole face screaming unbelievable. I can't bear to see such a good student be crushed by life. Don't worry, my family's financial situation is quite good. The monthly allowance they give me is quite a lot. If you play games, you can tell just by looking at my in-game equipment. It'll give you half of my allowance each month. Lin Mengyue hurriedly waved her hands in refusal. No, no, no. How could I accept that? We're just classmates. Treating me like this, I can't possibly accept it. She couldn't believe that Wang Yu could make such a promise to her. They were just high school classmates. Moreover, they had been in the same school for 2 years but were practically strangers. Now Wang Yu was actually saying he wanted to support her. Alright, don't be stubborn with me. You know you can't out-stubborn me. My biggest flaw is being stubborn. She lowered her head, her voice as soft as a mosquito's buzz. Then, what do you need me to do? Do what? After a man supports a woman, doesn't he always want something in return? Lin Mengyue knew that if she accepted, she would definitely have to pay a corresponding price. One doesn't get rewarded for doing nothing. When she said this, her face immediately flushed red to the tips of her ears, not daring to look Wang Yu in the eye at all. I rubbed my chin and said casually, that word support isn't quite accurate, but I do need you to do a few things. Go on. Lin Mengyue's face was so red it looked like it could bleed, like a frightened little fawn, her whole body trembling. I nodded. My family said if I don't improve my ranking by 50 places in this month's exam, they'll cut off my allowance. So for the sake of our allowance, you have to help me study. Try to help me successfully improve my grades before the monthly exam. Elsewhere, Tian Xinli woke up with a start from a dream, bolting upright, feeling her whole body drenched in cold sweat. It was already late at night, and the room was extremely quiet, with only the ticking of the clock. Tian Xinli panted, trying to regulate her breathing, to let her heartbeat return to normal. It was a dream. In her mind, she kept replaying the scene from her recent dream. In the dream, she and Wang Yu were together. They talked a lot on the phone every day. Their relationship was getting better and better, but the happy days were short-lived. Someone appeared between them and ruined their relationship. In the end, I still can't let him go. Can I? Early the next morning, Wang Yu and Lin Mengyue left the house, getting ready to go to school. I saw that Lin Mengyue today was in a completely different state than yesterday. It felt like a lot of pressure had been lifted, and she looked very relieved. There was also a faint smile on her face. Today is Saturday. School ends in the afternoon. We have tomorrow off. These 2 days are very important, so please help me study. Lin Mengyue turned her head to look at Wang Yu and nodded vigorously. The two of them walked to school together. Just then, there was a familiar figure up ahead. After seeing that person, Lin Mengyue's eyes immediately lit up. Is that Tang Tang? Can I go talk to her for a bit? Of course. After getting permission, Lin Mengyue eagerly chased after Tang Tang. She hadn't forgotten Wang Yu's promise from yesterday. If she could get Tang Tang to participate in the sports festival, then he would participate too. Lin Mengyue ran up beside Tang Tang and greeted her. Tang Tang suddenly leaned close to Lin Mengyue, sniffing her, then sniffing her hair. After a slight frown, she gave a meaningful smile. Lin Mengyue found this smile a bit creepy. She forced a smile, trying to act calm. What's wrong? How does it feel at Wang Yu's place? It feels. Lin Mengyue's eyes widened, her face full of shock. Her face first turned pale and flushed bright red. How did you know I was at Wang Yu's house? Just a guess. How could you guess so accurately? The scent on you is exactly the same as the one on Wang Yu. It's the same body wash. As far as I know, that's a men's body wash. I'm his desk mate, the one who sits closest so I can smell it. I originally thought it was a coincidence, but the scent of your hair is also the same as his. It's still the same shampoo. This probably isn't a coincidence anymore. You must have showered at his house. You showered on your first visit? Could it be that you two are in that kind of relationship? I think definitely not. At least he definitely isn't. So I'm certain you're staying at his house. You could figure it out just from that? How can you be so sure? What if it really is just a coincidence? Then he'll just apologize to you. It's no big deal. I'm not Conan. Isn't it normal for a deduction to be wrong? Besides, even if I just set you up, didn't you just admit it? Tang Tang gave a meaningful smile, shrugged, looking a bit smug. Lin Mengyue immediately shut her mouth, her face alternating between pale and red, which was quite a spectacle. Tang Tang reached out and grabbed Lin Mengyue's wrist, revealing a cunning smile. You should tell me why you're at Wang Yu's house. You probably already know my relationship with Wang Yu. Lin Mengyue recounted how she met Wang Yu and ended up staying at Wang Yu's house. To Tang Tang, she just didn't tell her about last night. She only said that she was temporarily staying at Wang Yu's place. After hearing about Lin Mengyue's tragic circumstances, Tang Tang also showed a serious expression. Her teasing expression from before was gone. I see. My condolences. Tang Tang gently patted Lin Mengyue's shoulder. After entering the classroom, the two of them went to their own seats. When I got back to my seat, I saw that Tang Tang didn't look too good. What's wrong? Tang Tang glanced at Wang Yu and said softly, No wonder you don't have time to play games with me. Turns out you're hiding a beauty in your golden house. I frowned slightly and understood what was going on in just a few seconds. I also knew I couldn't hide this from Tang Tang for long. She would find out sooner or later. Sorry, I'm not accepting any sarcasm. The corners of Tang Tang's mouth turned up slightly. I heard the class president's story. I approve of what you did. I stared at Tang Tang for a few seconds. You approve? If it were you, you wouldn't have done what I did, right? That's right. Your actions are very much in your style. I strongly approve, but I wouldn't do it. Unless what? Unless I plan to be with her in the future. I didn't answer Tang Tang's question, but turned my head to look towards Lin Mengyue. And coincidentally, at that moment, Lin Mengyue also turned her head to look at me. After the two looked at each other, Lin Mengyue gave a gentle smile. Just a few seconds later, she turned away. I ground my teeth in my mouth, my gaze deep, as if I were thinking about something. The next second, I spoke. So, I am me, and you are you. We're not the same. Of course, there's no standard to judge right or wrong. You just need to do what you think is right. Tang Tang leaned back in her chair and nodded, then added, but I have a good impression of her. She seems adorably silly and is very fun to tease. Yes, to you, everyone is silly. By the way, so are you, cousin. By the way, my foot. Next time, don't by the way me. Also, call me by my name. Otherwise, you'll get goosebumps. After school, Lin Mengyue left the classroom alone, preparing to go to the office to ask some questions about the monthly exam next Tuesday. When Lin Mengyue walked out of the office, she found someone standing at the door waiting for her. Li Zi, what are you doing here? Waiting for you. Tian Xinli saw Lin Mengyue leave the classroom alone, so she followed her out. What's up? Is something the matter? Lin Mengyue saw that she seemed to have something to say, so she said directly, let's talk as we walk. Meng, I'm not planning to give up on Wang Yu. I want to try pursuing him. That's good. You should give it a try. Tian Xinli didn't expect Lin Mengyue to agree with her so easily. She thought Lin Mengyue would advise her to give up. Really? You agree? Do you think I have a chance? I don't know about that, but you want to try, and that's very normal. It's just trying, which is better than regretting it later. You're right. Tian Xinli received Lin Mengyue's support and immediately felt much more confident. After all, if this wasn't understood and supported, she really wouldn't have any confidence at all. Will you help me? This. Lin Mengyue was stunned. She didn't want to get involved, but seeing Tian Xinli's expectant gaze, she couldn't bring herself to refuse. All right, but how can I help you? Didn't I already help you talk to him before? That failed. Tian Xinli fell into thought, seemingly really thinking about how to get Lin Mengyue to help her. Can you help me keep Tong Tong busy? Why keep Tong Tong busy? I feel like she's my biggest rival. You just need to try to get close to her and distract her. This should be very simple for you, right? It's not simple at all. After lunch, I went to the restroom. This whole morning, although I didn't observe carefully, but whenever I accidentally glanced towards Tian Xinli, I could see her secretly looking at me. It made me a little unaccustomed. My whole body felt unnatural while studying. Just as I turned around to leave the restroom, I don't know when, but someone had appeared behind me. Scared the crap out of me. Taking a closer look, I discovered the person behind me was Kong Chang. He was standing right behind me with a fawning expression. Brother Yu, what is it? I have something to discuss with you. My eyebrows furrowed slightly. I've given up on pursuing Tang Tang. Eve discovered that she and I are on completely different levels. There's no chance at all. A wise choice. I nodded, approving of his thoughts. After all, what he said wasn't wrong. At least the part about having no chance at all, that part is true. So, I want to pursue someone else. To pursue this person, I want to ask for your permission. Ask for my permission? What do you mean? You can pursue whoever you want. What does it have to do with me? Just don't pursue me. It's just that there's a rumor in class right now saying you don't like Tian Xinli anymore. I came here to confirm it with you. It's just that if you're not pursuing her anymore, then can I pursue her? Please don't be mad. I'm just asking. I was silent for a few seconds, then walked past him. I said casually, go ahead and pursue her. You don't need to ask me. It has nothing to do with me. Kong Qiang looked at Wang Yu's retreating back, a look of surprise and confusion on his face. Having gotten Wang Yu's approval, Kong Qiang felt that he still had plenty of chances. Just as I was about to head back to the classroom, I suddenly heard a faint call from behind. Wang Yu turned his head to look and couldn't help but frown when he saw the person behind him. Actually, even without turning my head, I could have recognized who was behind me. At this moment, Lin Mengyue was keeping Tang Tang busy as planned. Lin Mengyue sat in Wang Yu's seat. Looking at Tang Tang beside her, she hesitated to speak. Tang Tang put down her pen, looked up and asked, "What's up?" Tang Tang, do you play games with Wang Yu often? Tang Tang was stunned for a moment, then nodded. Yes, why? Are you jealous? Even jealous of his relative? No. What's there to be jealous about? What am I jealous of? Lin Mengyue immediately panicked and hurriedly explained. A flash of panic suddenly appeared in her dark eyes. Tang Tang suddenly leaned her head close to her. Her serious gaze stared into Lin Mengyue's panicked eyes. What's wrong? Lin Mengyue became even more flustered under her gaze. A few seconds later, Tang Tang pulled back. She tilted her head and chuckled softly. It's nothing, just kidding. Lin Mengyue's expression immediately froze. But Tang Tang suddenly showed an unusually serious expression. She lowered her voice and said to Lin Mengyue, Wang Yu said he's interested in someone again. It's someone in our class. Do you want to know who it is? Who is it? Lin Mengyue's eyes widened. Her expression was one of disbelief. Tang Tang clicked her tongue, shook her head and said, No, maybe I shouldn't say. He told me not to tell anyone else. He'll get angry if I say it. Lin Mengyue bit her lip lightly. After a moment of hesitation, I promise I won't tell anyone else. Tang Tang thought for a moment, then nodded. All right then. Then she waved her hand, signaling for Lin Mengyue to come a little closer. Lin Mengyue leaned her ear over. Tang Tang whispered into Lin Mengyue's ear. I don't know who he's interested in, but I can see you're interested in him. Lin Mengyue slumped onto Wang Yu's desk. Her entire face was buried. Her 2 ears were exposed, bright red. Tang Tang laughed until tears streamed down her face before she stopped. She reached out and patted Lin Mengyue's shoulder lightly. Okay, I apologize to you. Sorry, I didn't mean it. You're just too easy to tease. I couldn't help myself. Lin Mengyue's shoulders twitched slightly, as if protesting Tang Tang's apology, because right now she felt she was too naive, teased by Tang Tang until she lost all face. She was so embarrassed she wanted to find a hole to crawl into. Tang Tang also felt that maybe she had taken the joke a bit too far, so she comforted her in a soft voice. Don't be angry anymore. Actually, I think Wang Yu, towards you, probably has some feelings too. Otherwise, he wouldn't have let you stay at his place. If I had to choose who suits Wang Yu the most, then I'd definitely choose you. Lin Mengyue slowly raised her head, peeking out, with one eye. Are you teasing me again? This time, it's from the heart. I swear. The slight smile at the corner of Tang Tang's lips made Lin Mengyue believe her words. When did you start having feelings for Wang Yu? Faced with Tang Tang's question, Lin Mengyue was stunned, her mind momentarily becoming blank. That's right. When did I start feeling this way? Probably from the first day at Wang Yu's house, Lin Mengyue answered honestly. She didn't feel shy at all, because everything she had now was given to her by Wang Yu. Is that so? Then are you really okay with how things are now? Lin Mengyue was stunned. She asked blankly, what do you mean? Tang Tang pointed her pen at the empty seat in front. I know why you came here. At the same time you came over, Tian Xinli went out to find Wang Yu, right? These past few days she's been secretly watching Wang Yu, and she's been watching me too. By her logic, she probably thinks I'm her love rival. So she told you to come over and chat with me so she could go find Wang Yu to prevent me from suddenly running out and catching them, ruining her good moment, right? Lin Mengyue's mouth was slightly agape. She stammered for a long time, unable to say a single word. You don't have to say anything to me. It doesn't matter if it's true or not. It has nothing to do with me anyway. Because I offended you just now, I want to help you out a bit. I know you're doing this for your friend, but are you really okay with this? Tang Tang's words left Lin Mengyue completely stunned. Her mind lost its ability to function. Seeing that Lin Mengyue didn't answer, Tang Tang waved her hand. Of course, I don't understand love. If you're okay with it, then just pretend I never said anything. Lin Mengyue took a deep breath. She bit her lip hard. At this moment, after being called over by Tian Xinli, I originally didn't want to pay her any mind, but she rushed straight over and grabbed my sleeve, wanting to pull me to the stairwell to talk. I didn't dare to forcefully shake her off. After all, if I used force to shove her, I might make her fall. Wang Yu, you. Just say it. My brows furrowed tightly. My voice revealed a hint of annoyance. It immediately made Tian Xinli feel a little scared inside. Her impression of Wang Yu was not someone with this kind of attitude. She felt he was a stranger. She was too scared to speak. I know I promised you before, many times, that I would be with you, but I broke my promise every time. Nothing I say now can make up for the hurt I've caused you. But I still hope you can give me a chance. Let's still be good friends like we were in middle school, okay? No, I said curtly, with absolutely no extra explanation. After saying that, I was about to turn and leave, but Tian Xinli clearly wasn't, planning to let this rare opportunity go. She took a step forward. Then what do I have to do, for you to forgive me? I swung my arm, but there was no way to shake Tian Xinli off. Her clinging like this was giving me a headache. Hey, if you keep this up. Just then, the two of them suddenly heard a familiar voice. They found that Tang Tang had appeared at some point. Behind her was Lin Mengyue. I need you for something. Come with me. Tang Tang practically ignored Tian Xinli. She strode over and pulled Wang Yu's wrist with one hand. Tian Xinli stood there stunned, watching Tang Tang pull Wang Yu away. Her eyes were wide, her mouth was slightly open. Lin Mengyue walked over and said in a low voice, Sorry, Lizi. I couldn't stop Tang Tang. At that moment, Wang Yu immediately breathed a sigh of relief. Looking at Tang Tang who was pulling him, he said in a low voice, Thanks. Tang Tang glanced back. Don't thank me. I was just helping someone. I owe her. School ended around 4:30 on Saturday afternoon. I was worried about being held up by someone again, especially girls I couldn't be rough with. So after school, I left the classroom immediately. After packing her things, Lin Mengyue was also ready to leave. She saw that Tian Xinli wasn't in a good mood. She herself didn't know how to comfort her. The incident at noon seemed to have affected her greatly. Lin Mengyue saw that Tang Tang had finished packing and was about to leave, so she followed her. Tang Tang, thank you for what happened at noon. She thought about the incident at noon. After thinking for a long time, she had decided to ask Tang Tang for help. Tang Tang knew she wanted to maintain her friendship with Tian Xinli, but also didn't want Tian Xinli to interact with Wang Yu. So, she suggested that she would be the bad guy. After all, didn't Tian Xinli see her as a love rival? Then just let her continue thinking that way. And that led to the scene at noon. It's nothing. Not to mention it was to make it up to you just based on your current situation. It's only right that I help you. Lin Mengyue now truly felt that it was nothing. At least now, she and Tang Tang were probably friends. Lin Mengyue suddenly thought of something. Oh right, tomorrow's a holiday. Are you busy? No. If staying home and playing games counts as being busy, then yes. Then do you want to come over to Wang Yu's house? Let's play together. It's more fun with more people. Tang Tang looked with a bit of surprise at Lin Mengyue beside her. I'm fine with whatever. Doesn't Wang Yu have to study? I told him yesterday that he should balance studying and playing. He seemed to agree. After all, you can't study all day. Tang Tang nodded. Then I'll come over tomorrow. Okay, oh right. There's one more thing. Lin Mengyue thought of something. She took out from her pocket the phone that Wang Yu gave her to use. Can we be friends? Sure. Tang Tang also took out her phone to add Lin Mengyue as a friend. When Lin Mengyue got home, she saw that there were already textbooks on the table. Wang Yu was studying. Let me help you review. I nodded. Looking at Lin Mengyue beside me, the incident from noon suddenly came to mind. Lin Mengyue came with Tong Tong. Tong Tong knew that I was being bothered by Tian Xinli. In other words, Lin Mengyue also knew. Lin Mengyue, you're best friends with Tian Xinli, right? Ah, yes. Lin Mengyue was stunned for a moment, then answered in a low voice. A moment later, I spoke up. Consider it a favor for me. Don't let her cling to me anymore. She's a girl, so I can't do anything to her. Talk some sense into her. I'm begging you. Lin Mengyue was slightly stunned. She froze for a few seconds before reacting. You're begging me for help? That's right, a girl's problem should be handled by another girl. Tang Tang isn't close to her. I can only trust you. Lin Mengyue felt a sigh of relief in her heart, while also feeling Wang Yu's trust. This feeling not only made her very happy, but also made her feel that she had betrayed Wang Yu's trust. She nodded vigorously and said seriously, don't you worry. From now on, as long as I'm here, I will absolutely not let her bother you again. Thanks. I suddenly thought of something. Oh, right. That Kong Cheng guy happens to be interested in her. You should just set her up with that Kong Chiang. Thinking of the guy from the bathroom today, who was fighting with me over the right to pursue Tian Xinli. Lin Mengyue couldn't help but be stunned. It seemed she couldn't remember this person for a moment. Kong Chiang. She didn't know what to say about this person. As the class president, for all the classmates, there were some she wasn't close to, but she still knew their general personalities. Among the boys, she felt that this Kong Chiang could be ranked among the last few. Neither his reputation nor his academic performance was very good. I'll try my best. Lin Mengyue agreed verbally, but she knew that if she really introduced someone like Kong Chiang to Tian Xinli, then Tian Xinli would definitely turn against her. Having resolved the issue with Tian Xinli, Lin Mengyue was now wondering whether to tell Wang Yu that she had invited Tong Tong over. After all, this was his home. Inviting Tong Tong over should probably have his consent. Wang Yu, I invited Tong Tong to come over and play tomorrow. Is that okay with you? I was silent for a few seconds, then said, Tong Tong? I'm fine with it. But did you really become friends with her? Is that not okay? Lin Mengyue lowered her head slightly, her expression worried she'd be scolded. She was afraid Wang Yu wouldn't agree. After all, she was a guest here. She had to be careful with everything she did and said. I turned away and continued writing. Of course it's okay. I should be thanking you. Thank me? Lin Mengyue was a little confused. What did I do to deserve thanks? I nodded. Back in 10th grade, her mom told me that she hoped I could help her make some friends so she wouldn't be at school without a single person to talk to. But that was really overestimating me. If I knew how to make friends, I would have made friends for myself long ago. So for these 2 years, it's been me hanging out with her, you making friends with her. Don't be fooled by her indifferent expression. Actually, she's probably very happy. No way? Lin Mengyue's eyes widened. She couldn't quite believe it. Was it really as exaggerated as Wang Yu said? She once told me that she has a pretty good impression of you. Really? As soon as Lin Mengyue heard that, her face lit up with joy. Her eyes sparkled with happiness. Yeah, it's true. So if she offends you in any way, please don't take it to heart. She just hasn't interacted with friends in a long time. Lin Mengyue happily agreed. She wasn't angry about what happened today at all, nor did she feel offended. She was just embarrassed because her inner thoughts were seen through. Around 7 p.m., the two of them started to feel a bit hungry. I put down my pen. "Oh, go cook," I said, standing up. "Wait." I turned my head, looking at Lin Mengyue quizzically, and Lin Mengyue stood up. Let me do it. Don't you have to make time to study? Do you know how to cook?" "Yeah, I do." Lin Mengyue nodded firmly, then added, "I just don't know if it will suit your taste." "It's okay, you can give it a try." I didn't mind at all, because I really wanted to make time to study. If it weren't for Lin Mengyue being here, I'd probably just cook a pack of instant noodles to get by. After all, I was alone. Lin Mengyue went into the kitchen and started cooking. She recalled how back home, she used to cook for her parents often. It's just a pity that she no longer had this opportunity. About an hour later, I smelled a delicious aroma wafting from the kitchen. Lin Mengyue brought the food to the table and called out, "It's ready, you can come and eat now." "Coming." I put down my pen and went to the dining table. Seeing the food on the table, it didn't look too bad. "Try it," Lin Mengyue said with a smile, motioning for me to sit down. I picked up my chopsticks and tasted a bite. Then I silently nodded in praise. "Mom, very delicious." "Is that so? It's good that you like it." Lin Mengyue's anxious heart immediately settled. She was confident in her cooking skills, but was still very worried that Wang Yu wouldn't like it. Now that it met his approval, that was more important than anything. Lin Mengyue also sat down to eat. "If you like it, then let me cook from now on. That way you can save a lot of time." I didn't answer right away. I looked up at my workout area. I hadn't worked out in a long time. If I let Lin Mengyue cook, I could indeed save time for me to work out or do other things. But in my heart, Lin Mengyue was a guest after all. How could I let a guest cook? After hesitating for a moment, I spoke up. "Let's take turns. We'll switch every day, or every 2 days is also fine." Lin Mengyue was stunned, then nodded. "Okay." After finishing dinner, the two of them continued to study. Around 10 p.m., they took turns showering again. After I stepped out of the bathroom, I sat at the desk. I picked up my pen, originally planning to study for a few more hours, but after a yawn, sleepiness suddenly hit me. In an instant, my eyelids felt heavy, so I quickly stood up and headed towards the bedroom, ready to sleep. Entering the bedroom, I directly flopped face down onto the bed and fell fast asleep. Meanwhile, Lin Mengyue was still showering in the bathroom, unaware that Wang Yu had already gone into the bedroom. When she finished showering and came out in her pajamas, she found no one outside. Wang Yu's seat was empty. The book on the desk was still open. Lin Mengyue went into the bedroom and saw Wang Yu lying on the bed, already sound asleep. Looking at Wang Yu's sleeping figure, a faint smile appeared on her lips. She walked quietly to the bedside and covered Wang Yu with the blanket. Good night. Lin Mengyue turned off the bedroom light and lay down on the other side of the bed. Now she no longer felt the nervousness and fear of the first night. Lying in bed felt like being at her own home, especially reassuring. Lin Mengyue wasn't very sleepy yet. She took out her phone and looked at the chat interface with Tang Tang. They hadn't talked yet. There was only a confirmation message. She had the idea to text Tang Tang. After all, she was free right now, but she was probably playing games right now. After hesitating for a moment, Lin Mengyue felt that a simple greeting would be fine. If she was busy, she probably wouldn't reply. About 2 minutes later, Lin Mengyue's phone buzzed. It was a message from Tang Tang. What's up? Shouldn't you be hugging Wang Yu to sleep right now? How do you have time to text me? Lin Mengyue's eyes widened. She couldn't believe the message on her phone. She quickly glanced behind her to see if Wang Yu had woken up. If he saw this sentence, he would probably die of embarrassment. What do you mean hugging to sleep? We sleep separately. There's a blanket separating us in the middle, so you two are really sleeping in the same bed? Lin Mengyue realized she seemed to have sent the wrong message. She shouldn't have told Tang Tang about this. She only knew that she was staying at Wang Yu's house, not where she slept. Isn't this basically confessing it herself? Tang Tang sent another sticker to express her current astonishment, and Lin Mengyue knew that explaining was useless now. So she told Tang Tang the truth. Initially, she was going to sleep on the sofa, but Wang Yu didn't allow it. The two of them went back and forth, and then they both ended up sleeping on the bed. She had been staying for a few nights now and had gotten used to it. Since you're already sharing a bed anyway, why not just make the relationship official? How do we make the relationship official? Lin Mengyue looked at the chat content on her phone, her heart pounding. This was truly a heart-pounding conversation. I don't know, this is beyond my knowledge. Isn't it that you can get pregnant from holding hands? Lin Mengyue looked at the message Tang Tang sent, thinking to herself that she must know a lot, at least definitely more than me. And she's not even telling me. Thump. Lin Mengyue's phone suddenly fell from her hand, almost hitting her in the face. Her hand froze, completely unable to move. Her eyes widened too. Because right now, Wang Yu's arm was resting on her. Just now, Wang Yu turned over, his whole body pressing down on the blanket in the middle, then his arm reached over and rested on her. It was as if Wang Yu was hugging her in his sleep. Lin Mengyue mechanically turned her head, looking towards Wang Yu's face, which was only 10 centimeters away. But what should she do now? Should she wake him up? After thinking for a moment, she decided not to wake Wang Yu up. Just let him sleep peacefully. 20 minutes passed like this. Lin Mengyue didn't move an inch, letting Wang Yu sleep peacefully. Just then, Wang Yu's hand moved. His arm shifted up a little, directly from Lin Mengyue's stomach, moving to her chest. Lin Mengyue's body trembled slightly. Her face was burning hot now. Fortunately, there was a blanket between them. If there were no blanket, she would surely be stiff as a board by now. Another 10 minutes passed. Wang Yu turned over once again, turning back to his side, leaving Lin Mengyue with just his back. Her tense body relaxed. Otherwise, she felt like her waist was just floating. He probably won't remember anything tomorrow, right? But a small thought appeared in her heart, wishing Wang Yu would remember all of this. Although she knew this was impossible. After enduring it for so long, Lin Mengyue also felt sleepy, so she closed her eyes and soon fell asleep. A moment later, I opened my eyes, wide open, my forehead as if breaking out in a cold sweat. I was scared to death. Just now, before I turned over, I was actually already awake. When I woke up, I found I was sleeping in the middle of the bed with my hand on Lin Mengyue. I didn't know if Lin Mengyue was asleep or not, so I quickly turned over, back to this side, facing the wall, trembling with fear. I wondered what I would do if Lin Mengyue wasn't asleep. She won't come and question me tomorrow, will she? When that time comes, I'll just say I don't know, that I was sound asleep. The next morning, warm sunlight shone through the glass curtains and rays of light. Lin Mengyue opened her sleepy eyes, taking a few seconds to wake up, as if she were booting up. She turned her head to look beside her and found that no one was on the bed anymore. Wang Yu was already up. She sat up too and adjusted her pajamas a little. After a night's sleep, her strap was exposed. Then she tied up her hair, folded the blanket, opened the curtains, and walked out of the bedroom. At this time, I had just finished making breakfast and was bringing it to the dining table. The two of them looked at each other, and in that instant, what happened last night immediately flashed through both their minds. Although I only had memories of those 10 minutes, I also knew what I did last night. Now I really want to know how long I was like that, and if Lin Mengyue was awake at that time. If she was awake, it would be so embarrassing. Later, if she questions me, I'll just have to play dumb. As for Lin Mengyue, thinking about last night, a blush unconsciously appeared on her face. This was the first time in her life she had been held by a boy, and in bed, no less. At that moment, she felt that there was a bit of a difference between her and Wang Yu's physique. If she were in his arms, she would definitely seem very small to him. Come have breakfast. I don't know if it was because of a guilty conscience, but I took the initiative to greet Lin Mengyue. Okay, you'll go wash up first. Lin Mengyue also noticed this detail and quickly ducked into the bathroom. It was about 9:30 in the morning. Two people arrived at Wang Yu's front door. These two were Lu Qin and another male classmate, Liang Bing. Right now, Lu Qin was holding a gift box, looking around furtively like a thief. Liang Bing followed behind, wishing he could kick him in the butt. What are you doing here so early? Are you crazy? Lu Qin quickly turned around and gestured for him to keep his voice down. What do you mean? Keep it down. Her parents must have gone to work by now. Even if she's going out today, she's most likely still at home at this hour. So this is the best time to give the gift. What if her parents are at home? What will you do with this gift of yours? Even then, I'm not afraid. After all, my feelings are sincere. I've already decided to pursue her, so I'm not afraid of her parents finding out. Lu Qin patted his chest and said confidently. Liang Bing looked at the 3 doors in front of them. But there's another problem. Yesterday when you followed her, you only knew it was on the 6th floor. Do you know which door it is? Lu Qin's hand froze in midair, and he couldn't help but be stunned. He really didn't know which door was Lin Mengyue's. If he left it at the wrong door, at her neighbor's door, it would be incredibly embarrassing. Hey, what did you buy? Yesterday you asked me to come along, but you ended up hiding what you bought. A music box? Liang Bing's eyebrows furrowed into a frown. Is there a ring hidden in the music box? Or a necklace? A bracelet? It's just a music box, but when you open it, there's a spinning carousel. It's quite pretty. Liang Bing took a deep breath, looking like he was about to die from anger. Did you get your head stuck in the music box? Are you an idiot? Do you think you're an elementary schooler giving a Children's Day gift? What's wrong with you? You're giving this to the person you like? Go ahead and give it. It'll be a total disaster. She could laugh at you for the rest of her life. At future class reunions, if she can remember your name, she could just call you that guy who gave the music box. So what now? Then I'll exchange it for something else. Lu Qin also realized something was wrong and was a bit panicked. Obviously, you have to exchange it. Come on, it'll help you choose. Let's go exchange it now. Liang Bing quickly grabbed Lu Qin's arm, intending to drag him away. As the elevator doors slowly opened, the two of them were about to take a step forward when they immediately pulled their feet back because someone was standing at the elevator door. When Lu Qin and Liang Bing saw the person in front of them, they were stunned on the spot. Tang Tang. Tang Tang frowned slightly, looking at the two in front of her with some surprise, but when she saw the gift box in Lu Qin's hand, she seemed to understand everything. Are you here to give a gift to Lin Mengyue? How did you know she lives here? Tang Tang took 2 steps forward, stepping out of the elevator, forcing Lu Qin and Liang Bing to keep backing up. They didn't expect to meet Tang Tang here. Is she here to see Lin Mengyue? Liang Bing's eyes glanced at Tang Tang's hand. She seemed to be holding something. Seeing that thing, his eyes immediately widened, his eyeballs almost fell out. A PS5? Is Tang Tang here to play games with Lin Mengyue? 2 girls playing on a PlayStation? In his haste, Lu Qin blurted out, I asked Tian Xinli. Yes, she told me. She said Lin Mengyue's house is here. Tang Tang tilted her head, one eyebrow raised. She scoffed, and asked casually, You said you asked Tian Xinli? She told you Lin Mengyue's house is here? Are you sure? Absolutely sure? Aren't they best friends? Knowing where Lin Mengyue's house is, isn't that very normal? Lu Qin felt he had gotten away with it, and breathed a sigh of relief while silently congratulating himself for his quick reaction. Tang Tang snorted coldly, glancing sideways at the gift in Lu Qin's hand. Give it here. I'll take it in for her for you. Ah, no. This. What's wrong? Are you giving it or not? A slightly contemptuous look appeared on Tang Tang's face, as if showing her disdain for them. Lu Qin hated this expression the most, especially when a girl made such an expression. He made up his mind, and in a fit of anger, directly handed over the gift. Fine, you give it to her then. Beside him, Liang Bing's eyes widened, looking at Lu Qin with disbelief. Did he not hear a word of what I just said? Tang Tang didn't hesitate either. She took the gift and then walked towards the door. Liang Bing wanted to say something else, but Lu Qin gave him no chance, pushing him into the elevator to leave. Tang Tang knocked on the door, then footsteps could be heard from inside. When the door was opened, Tang Tang, you're here. Lin Mengyue smiled upon seeing Tang Tang. Where's Wang Yu? He's studying. We just finished breakfast. Tang Tang entered the house and saw Wang Yu studying at the table. She put down the other things in her hand, picked up a paper bag and walked over, placing it on the table. I looked up in surprise and asked, What's this? My mom knew I was coming to your place and told me to bring you some food. Seriously, it's so heavy. I opened the bag and took a look. Inside was all sorts of food, fruits, pastries, melon seeds, peanuts, 8 treasure porridge. Please thank Auntie for me. I put the paper bag on the floor and continued studying. Tang Tang glanced at the workbook on the table. Lin Mengyue and I will play first. We won't wait for you. You two go ahead and play first. I waved my hand. Seeing that Tang Tang brought a PS5, although I really wanted to play, the most important thing now is to review my lessons first, then strictly adhere to the rule of mixing study and play, and then play for a while. Lin Mengyue didn't know what it was. It looked quite big, but she saw a box next to it. That box looked like a gift box. Who did Tang Tang bring it for? This is Lin Mengyue picked up the gift box and asked Tang Tang. Tang Tang looked up and answered, I met two liars at the door. One of them gave this to you. Liars? One is the class sports representative, the other is the welfare representative. What? Lin Mengyue didn't react for a moment. A moment later, she asked, Lu Qin and Liang Bing, were they just outside the door? The sports representative is a total liar, lies without batting an eye. He said he asked Tian Xinli to find out you were here. I think he must have followed you. A look of disgust appeared on Tang Tang's face. If this were really Lin Mengyue's house, she might have believed this lie. The key is, it's not, this is Wang Yu's house. How could Tian Xinli possibly know that Lin Mengyue is at Wang Yu's house? Isn't this just treating others like idiots? Following someone to their doorstep and secretly giving gifts. If this behavior happened to her, she would really call the police. Lin Mengyue looked at the gift in her hand and couldn't help but frown. She didn't expect Lu Qin to be this kind of person. This isn't her house. This is Wang Yu's house. Doing this will definitely cause trouble for Wang Yu, which also means causing trouble for herself. I stopped writing and looked up at the two of them, as if thinking about something. Then I reached out to Tang Tang and asked softly, Lu Qin likes her? That's right. The whole class knows. Even I know. You don't know? I don't. I shook my head with a sincere expression, not looking like I was lying at all. After all, I really didn't know. About a week ago, whether it was Lin Mengyue or Lu Qin, I didn't know either of them. I don't like him. Lin Mengyue almost blurted it out, her voice sharp and clear, extremely firm. Tang Tang and I were both stunned, looking blankly at Lin Mengyue. Her reaction was like she was rushing to explain. Lin Mengyue also seemed to realize that her reaction was a bit over the top. A blush suddenly appeared on her cheeks. I nodded. In my opinion, Lin Mengyue reacting like this must mean she really hates this Lu Qin, which is why she rushed to explain like that. Tang Tang shook her head. Don't worry about this. Open the gift and see first. Don't. I'm not accepting his gift. Even if you plan to throw it away, you should still open it and see. When you go to school, I'll ask if you received the gift and if you like it. If you don't even know what's inside, how will you answer? If you were like us and didn't care about other people's opinions and stares, then you could do whatever you want. But aren't you the class president? Don't you have to maintain good relationships? Hearing Tang Tang's words, Lin Mengyue hesitated a little. She definitely didn't plan to accept it, but what Tang Tang said also made sense. As a class president, maintaining relationships within the class is very important. If a rift occurs in the class, it would be her dereliction of duty. At this point, I couldn't sit still either. I stood up and walked over, also wanting to see what gift Lu Qin gave. Lin Mengyue slowly opened the gift box. After opening it, something that looked like a miniature carousel appeared before the three of them. Tang Tang and I both frowned in confusion. What the heck is this? It seems to be a music box. Lin Mengyue took the object out. It was quite exquisitely made, and the colors were vibrant. This is a gift? Tang Tang frowned slightly, her face full of confusion, as if she couldn't believe her eyes. Lin Mengyue held it in her hands, and for some reason felt a little embarrassed, as if she were holding something shameful. She had seen the gifts Wang Yu gave to Tian Xinli. That whole box of love letters and gifts, thinking back on it now, it was all admirable. But this thing couldn't compare at all with those gifts that were thrown in the trash. Open it and see. Maybe something will jump out. Maybe this thing has some kind of mechanism, like there'll be a surprise when you open it. Lin Mengyue opened the music box. As the gentle, melodious music began to play, the carousel also started to spin slowly, and the small, colorful lights lit up. The three of them just stood there, waiting for about half a minute, but nothing changed. My mouth was slightly agape, and I pointed a finger at it. This is just a music box? This is really hard to comment on. Let me look up for you what giving a music box means. Tang Tang also turned around and took out her phone. I was also very confused and frowned. Giving gifts depends on the person. Some people might like this kind of thing. Do you happen to really like these little toys? He gave it according to your preferences. No? Then just pretend I didn't say anything. I regret trying to find an excuse for him. Lin Mengyue lowered her head and noticed there seemed to be something else in the gift box. Taking it out to see, she saw it was a letter. Opening it, it was indeed a love letter. But the content really made it hard for her to look at. She had read the love letters Wang Yu wrote to Tian Xinli. This one was written far worse. After reading only a line or two, she stuffed everything back and swore that these things must be returned. I absolutely cannot keep them. All right, don't worry about that anymore. Just return it to him tomorrow at school. Come over here and play games with me. By now, Tong Tong had connected the PS5 to the TV in the living room and called Lin Mengyue over to play with her. But I don't really know how to play games. It's okay, I'll teach you. The two girls sat on the rug in front of the sofa, looking at the TV in front of them. Tang Tang excitedly taught Lin Mengyue how to play. As for me, at this moment, I could only sit at the desk, facing questions I didn't understand, forcing myself to focus on studying. Hearing the sounds of the two of them from the living room, having fun, and the sound of the game, it was like an itch in my heart, an unbearable itch inside me. I started shaking my leg, spinning my pen. Anyway, I just couldn't concentrate on studying. I took a deep breath, which helped me calm down quite a bit. After about an hour, Lin Mengyue came to my side and asked softly, "Do you want to take a break? Let's play some games." Okay. I didn't hesitate for a second, directly threw down the pen in my hand, and rushed straight to the living room. Lin Mengyue let out a secret laugh. She knew Wang Yu definitely couldn't wait any longer, so she hurried over to call him. Lin Mengyue picked up Wang Yu's workbook, looked over the exercises Wang Yu had just finished, and silently nodded. Lin Mengyue returned to the living room, watching Wang Yu and Tong Tong play. She saw Wang Yu's state as if he had completely transformed into another person, visibly happy. As expected, only when playing games could you see this side of him. At this moment, she suddenly thought she seemed to have never seen Wang Yu smile. The entire time, Lin Mengyue stared at Wang Yu's face, trying to catch the moment he smiled. Nice at this moment. The corner of my mouth turned up slightly. Although it was just a small curve, it was still seen by Lin Mengyue. Then I suddenly turned my head to look at Lin Mengyue. What do you think? Cool, right? Lin Mengyue couldn't help but be stunned for a moment. Her throat moved. Handsome. Tang Tang glanced at Lin Mengyue and muttered, he was asking you if his last move was cool. After realizing, Lin Mengyue's face flushed red, she lowered her head, extremely embarrassed. Did I misunderstand? And Tang Tang even saw through it. What was I thinking when I just answered? I think I was thinking about the corner of Wang Yu's mouth turning up. I only played for half an hour before continuing to review my lessons. The exam is in 2 days. I dare not slack off. Around 1 p.m., all 3 of them hadn't eaten yet. After playing for a while, Tang Tang felt a bit hungry, so she called out to Wang Yu, who was at the desk. Wang Yu, I'm hungry. When are you making lunch? Let me do it. Let Wang Yu focus on studying. Lin Mengyue quickly stood up and put down the game controller, preparing to go to the kitchen to cook. After all, the meal I cooked yesterday was approved by Wang Yu. This gave her some confidence. Now that Wang Yu also needed to make time to study, it was better for her to handle the cooking. You know how to cook? Yeah, I cooked yesterday. Wang Yu said it was okay. Lin Mengyue turned her head and smiled. She felt that cooking a meal that satisfied Wang Yu was something to be very proud of. But when Lin Mengyue entered the kitchen and opened the fridge, she found that there were almost no ingredients left inside. She came out and said to Wang Yu, there's not much left in the fridge. Let me go out and buy some. I looked up at her. No, let me go. Lin Mengyue remembered that Wang Yu had dietary restrictions, but she didn't know specifically which foods he couldn't eat. So if she went to buy them, it wouldn't be good if she bought the wrong things. After Wang Yu left, Lin Mengyue returned to the living room. She remembered that Tang Tang seemed to eat at school rather than bringing her own lunch. So she asked curiously, Tang Tang, are you also from an ethnic minority? Tang Tang replied, my mother is from an ethnic minority, but I'm not. I see. Lin Mengyue nodded in realization. Then she took a good look at Tang Tang's features. Although there were some characteristics of an ethnic minority, they weren't as obvious as Wang Yu's. Lin Mengyue's gaze moved downwards, looking at Tang Tang's figure. She thought to herself, as expected of someone who exercises regularly, she has a great figure. But Tang Tang looked particularly thin, so it seemed like she didn't have much flesh on her. Lin Mengyue suddenly remembered that she and Wang Yu had a bet. Tang Tang, let's play another round. Whoever loses gets a penalty. How about it? Tang Tang pressed the pause button and turned to look at Lin Mengyue. You want to compete with me? You can't win. Let's give it a try. Come on, let's play. Lin Mengyue sat down, picked up the game controller, and prepared to battle Tang Tang. She knew her chances of winning weren't high, but she could lose countless times. She only needed to win once. Winning once would make Tang Tang register for the event. During the character selection phase, Tang Tang spoke up and asked, what's the acceptable range for the penalty? Anything. Lin Mengyue replied confidently. After all, for her there was basically no penalty she couldn't accept. Okay then, anything goes for me too. Tang Tang seemed extremely confident, so she also accepted the same terms as Lin Mengyue. Very quickly, the first round ended with Lin Mengyue's defeat. She didn't even last 30 seconds. Lin Mengyue couldn't help but feel a bit awkward. She thought she would have a bit of a chance. They were both girls. Even if she didn't know how to play, it should at least be a 3-7 or 2-8 split. But the result was 10-0. She had absolutely no chance to fight back. Second round began. This time Lin Mengyue was more cautious, not rushing to attack but choosing to be defensive. Tang Tang seized the opportunity and unleashed a combo that easily defeated her. I lost. Name the penalty. Then let's play again. Let me think. Tang Tang smirked, revealing a small canine tooth, and started to think. How about this? Since it's the first round, I won't give you a penalty that's too harsh. Tomorrow when you return that gift, in front of the other students, tell Lu Qin, I don't like you, alright? Okay, no problem. Lin Mengyue agreed without hesitation. To her, this couldn't really be considered a penalty. Very quickly, the second game began. This time, Lin Mengyue concentrated with 120% of her spirit, her eyes glued to the screen, her fingers also applying more force. 3 minutes later, without exception, she lost again. Again. Name the penalty. Tang Tang asked with some surprise, hey, what is it you want me to do? Trying so hard. I'll tell you when I win. The premise is that I can win. Lin Mengyue was a bit lacking in confidence. She felt like she wouldn't be able to win a single round in the end. Alright, then the penalty is when Wang Yu gets back later. Tang Tang paused, hesitating for a few seconds. You'll give him a kiss then, okay? What? Lin Mengyue's eyes immediately widened, horrified, looking at Tang Tang with a disbelieving expression. She thought she was joking. Tang Tang quickly added, just a kiss on the back of his hand. Even as a joke, you can't really kiss his face or mouth. Hell get really angry. He'd definitely pull my ear and scold me then. Hell get angry? That's right. If it's not a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship, he really hates jokes like this. He feels it's disrespectful to both people. I see. Lin Mengyue nodded. She thought the reason he would be angry was because of her. Hearing that this was the case, she also breathed a sigh of relief. She could also understand Wang Yu's way of thinking. When you're not lovers, a joke like that is indeed not good. Okay, I accept. Next round. After 2 rounds against Tang Tong, she had gained quite a bit of experience. Plus, Tang Tang had let her guard down, so she managed to take a lot of health in the early stage. Click, clack, click, clack. In her haste, Lin Mengyue frantically mashed the buttons. In that instant, the character's ultimate move was unleashed. Clearly, Tang Tang didn't expect this. Caught off guard, she was hit by the ultimate move. Her health bar was instantly depleted. A sweet smile appeared on Lin Mengyue's face, and she let out a happy cheer. Although she didn't know how she did it, she had won. The first time she had ever beaten Tang Tang. Tang Tang realized something was wrong. If she lost the second round too, then she would lose the entire match. Therefore, the second round was almost a complete domination. The third round was the decider. Lin Mengyue could only feel her heart pounding. This was the match where she was closest to victory. If she missed this chance, there probably wouldn't be another one. The round began. She took the initiative and attacked first. Her intention was to gain a slight advantage first and then stall for time. When time ran out, as long as she had more health than Tang Tang, she would win. Tang Tang also realized what she was trying to do and didn't let her have her way. She used some unblockable attack methods. Lin Mengyue counted down in her mind. In the last 10 seconds or so, she stopped defending and started attacking. The speed of her fingers pressing the buttons was extremely fast. At this moment, the main door opened, and I walked in from outside carrying the vegetables I had bought. It was at that very moment that Tang Tang glanced at Wang Yu and got distracted, and Lin Mengyue seized the opportunity, landing another hit in that brief half-second. Time's up, I won. Lin Mengyue was so excited she jumped for joy. Her heart felt like it was about to leap out of her chest just now, because their 2 health bars were so close you could barely tell who had more or less. I was stunned for a moment, not knowing what Lin Mengyue was cheering about. Why did she look so excited? Is she someone who likes games that much? I never noticed before. To be that happy just from winning. I lost again, so annoying. Tang Tang leaned against the sofa, looking up with a helpless expression. If she hadn't intentionally gone easy in the first round, she wouldn't have lost. Alright, name the penalty. Seeing Lin Mengyue so happy, Tang Tang's mood wasn't too bad either. This was what she thought the meaning of playing games was. As long as it's fun, that's all that matters. Winning or losing isn't actually that important sometimes. Penalty? Hearing this, I put the things on the table and walked to the living room. At this moment, Lin Mengyue could finally reveal the scheme. She had been plotting for a long time. Then you should sign up for the events at the sports festival. Signing up for a few is fine. Tang Tang's jaw immediately dropped in astonishment, looking at Lin Mengyue in disbelief. She was still guessing what penalty Lin Mengyue would give her. The result was unexpectedly this. For her, this was truly a real punishment. Wait a minute, I don't understand what you guys are doing. I stood on the side, completely bewildered. In the time it took to go buy vegetables, how did things seem to develop so strangely? Afterwards, Lin Mengyue recounted the story of the 2 of them playing games, with penalties for losing to Wang Yu. She lost the previous 2 rounds, but she won this one. That just now was the penalty she proposed. When I heard that Tang Tang had lost again, my face was full of surprise. I stared at Tang Tang and said loudly, "Tang Tang, you lost again? You're such a noob. Are you throwing the game? What? What does it have to do with you?" Tang Tang looked at Wang Yu and asked in confusion. As for me, I looked extremely helpless at this moment, holding my forehead with my hand. Lin Mengyue was especially happy at this moment. She looked at Tang Tang and asked expectantly, "Do you agree?" She knew that the 2 previous penalties were not taken seriously by Tang Tang. She probably thought it was just a joke. Tang Tang glanced at her and muttered, "If I knew you were playing for such high stakes, the difficulty of the penalty I gave you should have been a bit higher. Then it's fine, you can also refuse. After all, the penalty you gave me isn't really as serious as this one of mine." Lin Mengyue also felt a little embarrassed. Tang Tang waved her hand. "No need, I accept. I keep my word. I accept the loss. Some are happy, some are sad." Lin Mengyue smiled and nodded. As for me, I directly squatted down, holding my head, with an expression of disbelief. Tang Tang also felt something was wrong, and poked him with her hand, asking, "What's wrong?" I didn't answer. Meanwhile, Lin Mengyue explained the situation to Tang Tang. She told Tang Tang about the bet between her and Wang Yu, that thing. This meant that Wang Yu also had to sign up for the sports festival. In other words, he had to sign up too. After hearing the explanation, Tang Tang raised an eyebrow, immediately showing interest. There was even a cunning smile on her face. "This is more like it. This makes me feel much better." Tang Tang nodded in satisfaction. "So what was the penalty you gave her?" I asked Tang Tang a question. If she had lost the 3rd round, what was the penalty for Lin Mengyue from the first 2 rounds? Tang Tang and Lin Mengyue looked at each other, then Tang Tang gave her a look. Lin Mengyue immediately understood, knowing that she had to complete the penalty now. She walked up to Wang Yu. While Wang Yu was completely baffled, she slowly took Wang Yu's hand, bent down, her thin, pinkish, slightly pale lips pressed together, and gently kissed the back of Wang Yu's hand. I stood there stunned, not understanding what was happening. Is this some kind of ancient ritual, or is she learning how foreigners greet each other? After Lin Mengyue looked up, her cheeks were slightly flushed. She said quietly to Wang Yu, "Sorry, this is my penalty." After I came to my senses, I glanced at Tang Tang beside me. Tang Tang shrugged, giving a harmless smile, but her eyes were observing Wang Yu's expression. She knew what Wang Yu couldn't tolerate. Something like this wouldn't make him angry, but she still had to pay attention to the change in his expression. Although she usually bickered with Wang Yu, it was because she knew Wang Yu wouldn't mind. But if she really made Wang Yu angry, she was still quite scared. Lin Mengyue had achieved her goal and spoke up. "I'm going to cook, you guys go play." After saying that, she immediately escaped into the kitchen. She used this method to force Wang Yu and Tang Tang into the same boat. She was also afraid of being retaliated against. Well, since I already agreed with her, it's the last sports festival of high school anyway. It's good to have some fun. I sat on the sofa with my legs crossed and muttered, I should still think about which events to sign up for. She didn't say how many events I have to sign up for, right? So, is signing up for one event enough? What are you planning to sign up for? Shot put, sprints are fine. Long distance running? Forget it. Leave it for the PE majors. Hearing Wang Yu's words, Tang Tang nodded. Big muscles, poor stamina, right? For a muscular guy like you, asking you to run long distance is really asking for too much. But I can. Then I'll sign up for the long distance run. I slowly turned my head. What do you mean? I can't run long distance? Let me tell you, I can run too. I do cardio normally too. I also train my legs often. Not running long distance is just to give those who practice track and field a chance to show off, you know? If I participate, there'd be nothing left for them to do. Wang Yu pulled up his pants, revealing his leg. Tang Tang pretended to be innocent. But do you still remember? That one time we ran a marathon, you got halfway and... That's because I had hypoglycemia, you know? It's not that I couldn't run. Tang Tang took out a lollipop, placed it in Wang Yu's palm, and then a meaningful smile appeared on her face. Is that so? Then this time, you can just eat candy and watch me run. My eyes widened with a look of disbelief. Then, I pointed my finger at Tang Tang and said, I will definitely sign up for the long-distance run, the 1,500 meters, all right? You just wait and see. If I don't get first place, it'll dismantle all the equipment in my account. You don't push yourself too hard. I'm not really saying you can't do it, but that's just how it is. Your muscles are big, so your energy consumption is definitely high. How can you have it both ways? You should just stick to shot put. Don't get involved with long-distance running. I was speechless for a moment. The anger in my heart flared up again. The next second, I held back and slowly said, in a strange tone, right, at least I can guarantee the shot put, but you can't guarantee the long-distance run. Don't cry when you lose then. I won't know how to explain it to Auntie. Tang Tang's expression changed. She crossed her arms and complained, Wang Yu, you only beat me at basketball once when we were kids. Do you have to bring it up until now? Then why do you challenge me so often? You know you can't win. I don't want to bring it up either, but you refuse to admit defeat. I spread my arms, looking as if I had won the war of words, extremely pleased with myself. Tang Tang immediately stood up from the sofa, glared at Wang Yu, her brows slightly furrowed. Fine, I'll sign up for 2 events and win 2 gold medals. We'll see how smug you are then. Are you kidding? I'll sign up for 3, 4 events. Besides signing up for events, I'm also going to perform at the opening ceremony. So what? Are you the only one who knows how to perform? The art awards I've received since I was a child are more numerous than the achievements you've gotten in games. You're just bragging. Lin Mengyue was busy cooking in the kitchen, unaware of what was happening in the living room. The sound of the range hood made it so she couldn't hear the sounds from the living room. When she finished cooking, she brought out the food and called them to eat. All right, come and eat. When Lin Mengyue looked into the living room, she found Wang Yu and Tang Tang standing face to face like enemies in a standoff. What are you two doing? Lin Mengyue thought Wang Yu and Tang Tang were fighting and hurried over, standing between them. Wang Yu suddenly turned his head to look at Lin Mengyue. Lin Mengyue, for the men's sports festival events, as long as the times don't overlap, sign me up for as many as you can. Me too. Oh right, could you ask the school if I can compete in the men's division? I want to personally win in a match against a certain someone, to let him know that being good at basketball doesn't mean you're good at all sports. You two. Lin Mengyue stood between them, completely bewildered. What's with these two? Oh right, the performance for the opening ceremony hasn't been decided yet, right? I'm signing up for one, a martial arts performance. I'm signing up for a dance performance. The two of them were no longer satisfied with just competing in sports events, but had now set their sights on the opening ceremony performance. Lin Mengyue was also in a very difficult position. After all, these matters were indeed decided by her, the class president. But a class can only have one performance. Can you two combine it into one performance? No! Lin Mengyue's suggestion was met with a chorus of perfectly synchronized answers from Wang Yu and Tang Tang. This time, Lin Mengyue had a real headache. Let me think about it. You two should calm down too. Let's eat first. The sports festival is still a long way off. Okay. The two of them nodded in agreement and sat down at the dining table. Tang Tang picked up her chopsticks and looked at Wang Yu, asking gently, Oh right, I'm craving that eggplant dish you make. When are you going to make it for me again? Next time, I forgot to buy it this time. Or next weekend when I come over to your house, I'll make it for you. Lin Mengyue stood by the dining table, watching the two before her make up in a second. She was still worrying about how to reconcile them, advising them not to be angry anymore. But how did their attitudes change so quickly? They made up the very next second. Tang Tang took a bite of food. Her eyes lit up. You're really good at cooking. I feel like your skills are on par with Wang Yu's. Not at all. I don't cook as well as Wang Yu, but it's good that you like it. While the three of them were eating, someone's phone suddenly rang. Lin Mengyue paused because she heard it was her ringtone. She quickly took out her phone. A video call appeared on the screen. After seeing it, she frowned in great annoyance. Tang Tang pointed at the phone and asked, "What's wrong? Who is it?" Lin Mengyue stammered in reply, "It's Tian Xinli."